say, look, I'm on live now, YouTube. Hey, look, y'all, I apologize, bro. Look, I'm making up for yesterday. Y'all see the banner, man. I got the one and only Crip Mac on this mug. I actually got him on here, bro. The first, D-Town, the first. I got the sickest dude on the internet, bro. And I owe him apology like a man because I said some foul shit yesterday on my live, bro. I'm a man. Cuz, look at me. I apologize to you. You heard me? Because I said some fucked up shit because I was in my feelings. Bro, bro had some things. Dear me, I'm on live now with Crip Mac. Crip Mac right now on StreamYard, bro. Check out my YouTube channel, bro.
Yep, I'm here.
Y'all know. He here, cuz. Chop it up with Chan. What's happening, baby? Look, man, I'm making up for yesterday, dog. Hold on, man. Let me get my boy. Make sure see Crip Mac on here, y'all. Crip Mac say, bro, live right now on YouTube, man. So y'all come check me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I cuss me out, man. He cussed me out on the phone, y'all. But I look, cuz he eating fish and like eggs. Fish and eggs, man, because he trying to do his body right. Twin, I'm on live right now. I got Crip Mac on here. His ass came through. He came through, so I got to go live now, y'all. So y'all go to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna be streaming from Instagram and I'm on live now, y'all. So y'all come on through. Let me get to my comments because I don't see my comments, bro. What's happening with your fam? I actually got them on, y'all. So I didn't get scammed. Now I put out some videos that I'm gonna have to retract. I got to retract them videos.
No, I
got to retract them videos, bro.
Like I was letting you know I had a family emergency, but I took care of it.
I respect that, dog. I respect that, man. What's going on, young man, dog? You know what I'm saying? I got you in here. I apologize to you because I said some foul shit. So when you see that video tomorrow, don't get mad. Don't get mad at the text messages I've been running your ass. You know what I'm saying? I know them text messages, man, because you said, Custer, don't disrespect me, Custer. Last night I said, man, I'm going to see if this Crip man, bro. I laid in the bed. Man, my people were like, man, get up. He might call. Man, your ass called. Hey, look, my interview fucked because I got drunk last night, talk shit. Look, you made me go through 2 bars.
Hey,
look,
man, it's all right. I know
bro,
a lot of people, they're like, hey, you know, they want to make sure they get, get what they pay for. It makes sense. Motherfucker don't want to,
For real, dog. Like I really thought I got finesse like a motherfucker, and I felt played because when you listen, I promise. Listen, your girl sent the email to my boy Millspec.
Yeah.
He said the 25. I was like, and then I called. I said, Ashley, what's up? Then when she told me last night, she said, I gave them the information. I gave them the money. I don't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm not the manager. I said, oh shit, I got that. God damn, I'm too old for this shit. Like, damn.
No,
I said, man, now I got finesse, man.
I stick my dick in her pussy and asshole. She's not nothing to do with any type of management.
You know Ashley? Do you know Ashley?
Huh?
Do you know Ashley? Do you know her?
Yeah, hell yeah. I've known her years.
Oh, you know the years, so you fucked an ass, huh?
We don't want to embarrass her.
Hey, look, I feel like God gave them 3 hoes. Y'all up to drop that link. Look.
I'm a single man, though, so I can say what I want to say.
I already say, man, that's, you know.
I'm going to tell you why I stay single. In the life I live, you go in and out that county jail. You know how that shit go. I don't know if you going through the jail.
Look, man, let me tell you something.
They gonna all
blessed. I've been in that county jail.
They might keep some money on your books if you need it, but they're gonna cheat. They're gonna get fucked by everybody. Yeah.
Say, man, let me tell you one thing, Crip, man.
That's why I like fucking Custer's wives. You know what I'm saying?
You sound like fucking Custer's wife. Look, dude, you know what my motto is, Crip, man, bro. It's her pussy is my dick. I'm not getting mad. If I come home right now, and I've been fucking this lady for 21, 22 years.
Yeah.
If I come here right now and catch a dude in her pussy, bro, I'm not finna get mad and kill him. I'm gonna stand there and watch him fuck her. And then I'm gonna go fuck him and show him that I fuck better than him. And if he outfuck me, if he outfuck me, it is what it is. Then she get to choose. But if she was just fucking because she just want the nut because I slacked up, cool. But if she was trying to fuck to replace me, then I got to get her away from me. Yeah. It's pussy and dick, bro. I've been out there. Man, any dude, any of my people know me. They know one thing, dog. I don't trip over pussy and dick, dog.
Sex releases a lot of stress.
On God.
You know,
On
and
God.
in the county jail, we can't get no sex, you know, so you know,
Unless
nigga
you
locked up, whatever. So working out released the stress up in that motherfucker and catching fades and fighting.
Right.
That's about it.
Bro, look, unless you getting that impossible pussy, that bussy, boy pussy.
Oh, California got contrary visits when you get married in prison.
Oh. Yeah, so that's what's up. So shit, if you
That's
be good,
the good thing about the prisons in California. When you get married, you get your contrary visits.
Hey man, shout out to everybody in the chat, to the Bug Nation, Guns and
Shout out
Barbecue.
everybody in jail that's married, that's fucking some big booty, beautiful stitches, coochie and asshole on contrary visit day, motherfucker.
Oh, say man. So man, I'm finna get out here. We jumping out here this early morning bullshit. So this Tackleberry Bud, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm a wild motherfucker. So I'm finna ask you some crazy ass shit for my people.
Shout out Louisiana, right? Yep.
Yeah, Louisiana, Texas, man.
Now,
shout out, bro.
Yep. Are you a Boosie fan?
Boosie, yeah, I fuck with Boosie. I fuck with Boosie, man. You know,
I was doing some shit with shout out DJ Flip out here. DJ Flip's getting ready to get me a record, a song with Boosie pretty soon. So we're gonna see how that go.
Man, look, that's what's up.
What's going on with you?
That's my boy, Life in Baton Rouge.
What's going on, Baton Rouge?
Your mute off, bro. Your mic
What's
off.
good with it, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Eating healthier. I got some fish. I got 5 fish.
Oh, yeah.
Eating healthier. I realize your body got to eat healthier and drink plenty of water. You know, I eat a lot of bullshit, but I got a large fan base of motherfuckers that watch me. So I said, okay, look, let me let these motherfuckers know, all right, you want to eat Popeyes, eat that shit once a week. But the rest of the week, try to eat, balance it out and eat some salmon, some vegetables. Vegetables don't taste like shit.
What up?
But take that fish and the vegetables and the little eggs and enjoy a great breakfast early morning.
Hell yeah.
Right on, bro.
Health is wealth, baby.
I'm telling you, dog. Look, y'all on Instagram, man. Hit the YouTube. I got Crip Mac on here. I got Crip Mac on the YouTube, bro. He finally came through. I didn't get finesse. Hold up, y'all. I want to make this clear. I want to make this clear. When I say I got down on my bro, I went off. Y'all know I went off yesterday, dog.
Hey.
Y'all know I went off. Hold up, y'all. I got to apologize to you. Look,
good, fam?
I'm a man. Hold on, y'all. Let me tell my brothers. Bro, I went the fuck off, and I was drunk.
Early,
and I made some video, but
I
apologize. Say where you at, bro.
Cold old English. It's not. She said it's not salmon. It's tilapia.
Tilapia. I thought I was going to say
tilapia.
Tilapia.
Good fish, though.
Man, yeah. So I'm gonna ask you this, bro. Have you ever stuck a piece of Popeyes in some pussy and ate it?
What about Popeyes?
I said, have you ever stuck some Popeyes in some pussy and ate it?
Well, if I spoke with Popeyes, I let them know, hey, I've loved your chicken since I was young. But obviously you motherfuckers don't support no type of gangbangers because you ain't never did shit like me. But I'm a fair man. I still tell the people, hey, enjoy your Popeyes chicken, but I'm trying to eat healthy though.
Right on.
Eating fish is a lot healthier. Let's say I had 10 pieces of fried Popeyes chicken. This is 5 pieces of fish, which is a lot healthier, right? So then that's a lot of grease with 10 pieces of Popeyes chicken. Then I always drink the Old English, right? So Old English has its own calories with it. But if I eat fish and I eat healthier during the day, like I'm eating fish now and I'm getting ready to go to the hood. When I go to the hood, guess what I do? I go to the hood, we go to Vernon and Western. We go get our Louisiana chicken. Me and the homies go right there. Or some Popeyes chicken, whatever. But Subway is a lot healthier, but it's not the healthiest. So we won't make that. It's just about eating healthier. Also, I've talked with some boxing instructors, different people, and they told me eating fruit during the day is also good for the body. But you got to drink a lot of water.
Right. Yeah. Especially with the alcohol.
Everybody knows in the morning you eat pancakes, eggs, stuff like that. That's a great meal. The bacon has a lot of grease. It's not healthy. But then a motherfucker might go out and go have some hamburgers. McDonald's is something fast motherfuckers go for, right? So you go have your McDonald's, and then chow time later at night when you eat again. Let's say you have a home cooked soul food meal. Everybody like a soul food meal, even motherfuckers that's not black.
Right.
You hear me? So look, now you got
right.
That's all calories in the whole day. That's a lot of calories.
Yeah, man, that is. Hey, look, my lady,
fish in the morning. Then you eat maybe a chicken meal in the middle of the day. Then you eat something healthy, and then at nighttime you come home and then you go ahead and let's say have some more salmon with some vegetables and rice. Cool. And then skip the old English and just drink some water with it.
Man,
it balances out, and then do your cardio, your workout.
Crip Mac finna be the first goddamn health guru.
So yeah, Popeyes, they never gonna pay me nothing, but I'm not a hater of Popeyes or nothing. Everybody still enjoy their broke nigga special. I made it real famous. So good.
Listen, what? Talking about that Tuesday special? That Tuesday special, boy. Say, man, I used to eat that, bro. But they done, they done changed the recipe. That broke nigga special, man. Look, they changed the recipe on their red beans and rice. Man, I grew up. Look, where I'm from, you know what I'm saying?
Louisiana.
Boy,
Popeyes chicken, home in Louisiana, right?
Man, look, the bougie ate Popeyes, the ghetto ate churches.
Hey, the big homie Lowdown told me he was in Louisiana, and he said they have the best Popeyes out there.
They do. They do. Like, no, hands down.
What you said about churches, dear me?
It has all the original sauces and everything seasoning because it's from out there.
Yeah.
Man, what up to everybody in the chat? My girl, Melanated High Priest, said you need to start looking into them herbs. She said start drinking herbal tea too, bro, to flush your systems, because you got that yeast from that beer. You got to say, bro, you got to flush that out. Dude, listen, I was so drunk last night. Look, we done went through 2 bars. Me and my boy Jay, look, we were so drunk. We raced last night on live. We so drunk, man, we went outside. Man, I was so drunk, we raced outside. This is the first ever on a live YouTube. We raced outside in the dark and you heard them hollering like a little girl. Oh.
Yeah, hey, Tackleberry was mad as a motherfucker last night. Like, God,
last damn night. Talking to me, come to Tyler.
I said, we're going to tap in
one night.
Get it done early morning. I kept my word, did my workout.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, we can tap in at this time, get your people, let's go ahead and get the interview going.
Look, no lie, am I lying? Like, this Bug Nation, these my people. And one of my boys, I don't know what's going on with his damn phone, because he ain't even pop in. Try again, Saint. Hey. Look, when I say last night, bro, I said, man, I got finesse. Really on the cool, I wasn't tripping on the pussy ass money. I was like, damn, the money don't mean nothing to me. Yeah. It don't mean nothing to me. It didn't mean nothing to me. The money, I was like, damn, dude,
Would you like to tell some people about your robes?
Yeah, man, tell her get a roll out, man. It's to say, look, man, that's what it's for. You know what I'm saying? Look, you and that boy Charleston White, I want to talk to and act a fool. And see, last night I was in my act a fool mode. And it's early in the morning. I was like, man, this nigga's not going to call me. I looked at the text. I got 3 texts saying, man, we're going to go live in 15 minutes. I was like, man, this ain't no motherfucking Crip Mac. He want fucking video and show me it's him. Shit. Your ass called. I said, when I got your email, I said, man, let me send this shit to him. I said, man, you know what? If I don't, fuck it. Man, look, I done made videos. I done made videos with me talking to Ashley. I might take all this shit down, dog. Like, cause I got to retract all it.
But I see what you're saying. You probably been scammed since 5. And,
no, this is my first.
I should have reasoned it a little better. Hey, I'm dealing with something with grandmother right now, and you know, I was on the phone talking with Mama Bear and Granny Bear about some stuff. I finished talking with them. That was yesterday.
Yeah, we some emotional niggas. So shut up, Wild Williams. But now, you know what? I feel it though, because I'm a family. Everybody know me. I'm family oriented. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that nigga? That nigga got on his P. Diddy glasses, boy. You like you.
And we appreciate you for keeping it 100. See, Mac, your word is bond. You know. And that's something that we stand on over here in Bug Nation.
Kept his
word.
You know
what I'm saying? So, you know.
ODM Slim's been keeping his word.
Yeah.
And see, that was my thing. I said, and then I kept trying to, because it's so, bro, do you know it's so many people that's trying to use your name, bro? Faking like they, you know what I'm saying? Faking like they you. They faking like they you. I'm on YouTube, bro. Crip Mac on YouTube with Crip Mac. Look. All right. And so, like, I was just like, I was really kind of like, I ain't jocked out or fanned out or nothing, but I kind of felt drove. I was like, man, a motherfucker playing with this. And then when somebody sent the email back. And they was like, man, I don't got nothing to do with that. And I was like, hold on. And I know the way the email was sent was kind of fucked up, but they was like, man, I don't got nothing to do with that. That's between y'all. Oh boy, that set me off. When I heard that email, that's when I went off, man. I'm to my, I even had, man, it was that shit went left in. I was like, man, I'm mad than a motherfucker.
Man, just it was the alcohol, bro.
It was, man. Look, it's gone. Look, y'all, that's the bottle. Martell, man, look. We drunk.
Finish drinking that. We're gonna cheers my cold old English before I get up off.
Oh, man. This man got me drinking early in the morning, man. Give me a glass and some.
Hold on. What's cop? Beer, dog. Hold on.
Yeah, pop you up here then. Say, man. But bro, man, how life been?
Oh, that goddamn liquor. That's why you was tripping out on me last night.
Hell yeah, I was fucked up. Bro, listen, I woke up with a hangover. That's why you just said take a drink. I'm all for it.
Hey, bro, from in there.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Crip Mac. 1 in the morning, 2 in the evening, and a 12-pack at night.
Oh yeah, good shit.
Say, man. So let me ask you this. Brother. You a regular street nigga. You who I used to be 20 years ago. You heard me?
You said what?
I said you who I used to be 20 years ago. You represent what I used to do 20 years ago. Man, I know a lot of avenues open up, but a lot of avenues not opening because of people, you know what I'm saying? You know the game. You don't got to explain it to you. Man, how life changed for you since 5-5 Crip, bro? I'm just saying, since you just ripping your hood, how life changed for you good and bad, man? Just tell me how stuff just changed good and bad, bro, from your perspective.
Well, being from 5-5, it had, the whole world knows, all right, I got put off the 60s in LA on Briarhurst, right? So when you go to another hood and get put on, you got a point to prove. You see what I'm saying? It's a point. You got a point to prove. And you just gotta go through the rankings. Right. So let me ask you this here. I know everybody want to know this. Your DP, bro, was that from some old shit when you was a fucking kid, or was that some shit that you did? Old. So like, why would you get DP for some shit from? I'm just saying, you don't got to get into it. Yeah, I was trolling the internet, and they got you. Yep, that's what everybody does now. That type of shit, they troll the internet. That's what I would do.
They do that.
Man, you know what? That's cold, bro. But anyway, we gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave it alone, man. Now we finna get to this. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a little freaky little monster, man. I just want to know this. Have you ever posed some old E down the crack of the ass and caught it on the web? Have I did what? You posed some old E down the crack of that ass, man, and just drunk it right out. I have at Tiny Crip Mac's mama, my little homie's mama. I have. Pour some old English right in her ass. Hey, sucked it out, huh? See, that's what I'm talking about. What he said, 5-5 Crip at 9 a.m. in the morning, man. Yeah, me and Cub Mama had a good time. I don't know why I was around, Man, look, man, that's what's some memories are just good memories, and some memories are bad memories, but it's part of life. Right. Shout out to Chris 704. I appreciate you. I know it's the top of the morning, y'all. It's early. I'm up here on Martell early because this man had me hotter than fish grease last night because I was drunk. And then they go to, yes, I was in my feelings. I also let people know I have $200 features to May 25th. Right, Lily? Yeah. Really? It shows a nice old juicy ass. Good right in the room. You ain't gonna do nothing with that ass, Crip, man. What you gotta say, Saint, man? This is my boy Saint, the realest deer meat. And Life in Baton Rouge, man. Y'all talk to my boy, man. Ask some questions. Shout out Louisiana. Shout out Baton Rouge.
Man, shout out Mississippi, man. Shout out
Mississippi. I like David Banner's music when he came out with some stuff.
Yeah, David Banner was a true man.
Also, OMP's he from there, huh?
Yeah, he from Alabama. He's from Alabama. Mobile.
Yeah. But David Banner's from Mississippi.
He from Mississippi, yeah.
Yeah. You like his music? I know you do. Man, what? Man, I bang that Banner. Banner sound like old Pimp C to me, man. He sound like an edgy. Cool. That song him and Lil Flip had years. You said Banner don't sound like Pimp C. That like a song was cool as a motherfucker. You crazy.
That shit slap, but I ain't.
Whatever happened with David Banner? He got some more music out.
Man, I think Cuz don't have to do nothing. He just got to just live. Cause that boy,
like African American leader now. Like he be working with the NAACP. I think it's yeah, that's what it called.
Oh, he up early. Cuz got the bottle early. He ready.
Yeah. Look, say, man, you brought it out, bro. We were so mad, y'all.
Hey, and nothing wrong with having a little liquor, man, enjoying your freedom. We is in a free world. Niggas ain't drinking Pruno juice in the county jail.
Hey, for real, bro.
Hey, C-Mac, I see, and I appreciate everything you be doing out here in the community for the people, bro.
Yeah, feeding the homeless, doing a lot of different things. I was doing the pizzas now. I'm going to do some hot wings. Wingstop has hot wings. I can get a lot of hot wings and do that. Hot wings with 5.5s and some nice sodas to go with it. Or something healthier. We could get some apple juice. You know, a lot of people just don't want to drink water. I know some people that don't drink water at all. So that's why I never do it. But I think it is good sometimes to give them water because it is summertime.
Yeah.
But some people look at, I gave some homeless people some water and they thought I was punishing them. I said, no. I said, it's hot. It's fucking hot outside. But they thought it was a punishment. So I went, cacked in the car and I got all the sodas out and gave them some sodas.
Yeah. Man, I just want to let you know, man, in case you want to tap in, bro, we got June 19th. We got a community reform and back to school giveaway that we doing for the kids. And we doing it for the adults. Houston, Texas, June 19th. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bug, I don't know if you can, post up the flyer, let everybody know what we got.
Make that happen.
I don't know how to do all that good stuff yet, bro. Y'all know when it comes to this computer, I pay people to do that. I'm
Juneteenth, that's right. Yeah.
Juneteenth. Man, I'm telling you. So, man, so your people straight though, huh? Your people straight? Your GP straight, man? Your grandpa, your granny and stuff, they straight, Crip?
You got any more questions?
Yeah, man, look. Say, my boys, I'm trying to get to my boys, bro. Like, you caught me off guard. I was prepared yesterday. I am so not prepared today. You got any questions I need to ask them later? Because I wasn't prepared. I wasn't even expecting that. That was some bullshit. I just said, I got finesse, call it a day, my dumb ass. But I ain't get finesse, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened to Bad Rules. Oh, there you go. Ask some questions. What you got to ask?
And Crip Mac helped me start the day all right, dog.
It's a little healthier.
He helped me start it all right, man.
Man, I was
omelets healthy. I think it's got vegetables in it. I like omelets also.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, C-Mac, what you think about us bringing that community reform out there by y'all?
You can do it. It's helping the community. It's helping the people. That's what they need. Yeah. They need people to help.
Yeah, we gotta link up. Let's do that. We can do that for sure.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this here. And I ain't mean to call you like a baby mama yesterday, but shit, I didn't know for sure if it was the real deal. He said, "God damn, you calling me all day? That's weird." Nah, nigga spent some money.
I kept my word like baby snaps, Now I'll clean up everything and get ready to go fly the hoods. I'm gonna tap in with y'all.
All right, bro. Let me ask you this before you go, though.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this before you go. Man, how you feel about these? They done had 6 shootings. And how you feel about that old custard ass boy that went up there and shot all them people, shot all them women up in Buffalo, man? How you feel about that, bro?
Well, first of all, a lot of them were elderly women like granny bears. I love my granny bear. So right there, that was Custer shit right there. And all the other innocent people, that's shit Custer shit. That's the type of shit a motherfucker can't walk the penitentiary yard. Can't go main line. They're gonna have to piece you up because motherfucker will hurt a motherfucker like that. Yeah. Now, that was Custer shit. It's no respecting whatever they was going through.
Yeah, that's real shot. My boy Sanctity said, how long you been doing music? Yeah, we saw some of your music yesterday.
Huh?
How long you been doing the music, bro?
Shit. Since I guess a little younger, I was fucking with it, playing with it, but really started getting real like I never was actually started getting serious with it, but I just started putting little shit together in and out of jail. That's that's it.
Got a little just gonna get serious with it.
Yeah.
Man, look, fam. I know you got to check out, bro. You called me out guard. You did what you said. You're a man of your word. So I can't.
I kept my word like Baby Snaps, and ODM Slim keeps his motherfucking word also.
Yeah, you did that, bro. And look, and like I said, as a man, I slapped at you.
I want to say to the people, never get themselves in any type of contracts without reading the shit, and just don't think about it as far as the money, because a lot of these contract people will fuck you over.
That's real. And look, like I said, I slandered you. I defamated your character. I cut up because I was full of it. And I don't blame it on no oil, bro. I'm a man. I was pissed. Yep. I fucked up. And I take all that shit. I'm finna take all that shit down off all social media platforms. I'm finna take that shit down. Bro, look, I'm to my cuz. I went off. Bro, this shit, that was more.
But I was wrong, because I didn't let you know I was talking to my mama bear and granny bear last night.
Yeah, bro.
I said we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done early in the morning. I kept my word. I wanted to make sure it got done, and then get the day started.
Man, look,
y'all enjoy y'all day out there, man.
Hold on. I got one guess. Clover Tech. How you doing, Clover Tech? You got anything to ask Crip Mac?
No, man, I just jumped in, so I missed it all.
Man, look, this Clover Tech, man.
We can't see his face.
That's how they do their thing in YouTube, man. This dude is very knowledgeable on firearms, guns, and stuff like that. I know you can't be around him right now, but he's very, very knowledgeable about firearms. He can fix any damn thing. The man is a walking mechanic and survivalist, man. He good guy to have information from. Clover Tech, me, Crip Mac. This the dude I was going off on last night. But hey, he came through. He came through because I thought I got finessed. I thought I gave it to a scam page. Yes, sir.
First of all, Bug don't know what he's talking about. He lying on me. So I ain't all that. But it's good to meet you, bro.
Good dude.
All right, everybody have a great day. We tapped in, man.
Hey, you do the same, bro. Stay safe, stay tactical, bro.
Yeah, I will.
I'm gonna stay in touch, and I got people to link up with you, bro. We'll continue.
All right, big dog. Let's get it done.
All right, appreciate you, fam.
All right.
So catch me up. What was the deal with Mac there?
Okay, see, Crip Mac is he's a YouTube, he's a regular gangbanger, but he's a YouTube celebrity. He's funny as hell. Yeah. And so I tried to get him on the show so we could do some crazy stuff. But last night, because one of the chicks that I sent the money to, she made a statement basically like she didn't have nothing to do with nothing. And when she said that made me feel like I got, you know what I'm saying, I've been defrauded, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, like I just got. But in reality, I was talking to him the whole time because he texted me this morning. I mean, he man, listen, we had words last night. Like, I went off. Look, the man texted me last night, told me, he called me a custom motherfucker. You threatened me. We'll do a 15-minute interview, 9 a.m. my time. Family emergency. I got you, though. Don't ever disrespect me or call me 55 times all day. That's weird. Man, I had to go in as the person that I am.
He faded you in, though, bud. That man kept it up.
Huh?
He kept it up. He came on in like he said, though, last night.
Yeah, man. And when I tell y'all that I got somebody on the show, he got him on the show. It's just that our times is like you said, he had a family emergency. He texted him a phone. He had a family emergency, and I just told him all he had to do was communicate. Like, bro, all you had to do was tell me that, but it was poor communication. He said it out his own mouth. But man, I slandered that man and talked so bad about cuz last night. I'm talking about doing something. I'm beating him up and everything. I take all that back because dude came through. But at first, she made me feel like I got finesse because the whole time when I talked to him and me and Chan and them, all us was on the phone, they was like, man, that's Crip Mac. I said, man, fuck it. I'm going to send the money. I sent the money. The money wasn't the problem. It was the principle. It was just the principle. It was the principle of the matter. And the lack of communication, because every time I said, hey, man, hit me on Instagram so we can go live and tell people that you actually coming.
That's such a big problem, dude. Communication. So people.
Yeah, I can see why.
People act like social media sucks. People act like little kids. Nobody mans up anymore and, actually has a conversation. We don't got to agree. But Jesus, man, let's at least talk it out.
Yeah, man. Look, man. So, man, I was talking reckless last night, y'all. I was, but now I was mad, and then I was drunk. I ain't gonna sit. Man, we had a race last night. We had a race outside, and Jelly almost had a heart attack because he didn't stretch, and we took our run, and he started winning, and then I'm long legged. I'm 6'4", man. I'm shoot, and my calves and thighs still hurting right now because I didn't stretch. But man, you know what I'm saying? It was funny.
Man, it was funny, man. That's the first time I ever seen that on stream, y'all. Anybody racing in the middle of the night
Yup.
and drunk.
Yup.
God, dog.
In the middle of the night and we drunk. Listen, y'all, we drunk. This is what we had left. This was a brand new bottle. We had 2 bottles.
Lord.
Man, I had Jelly so tore up. Jelly probably still sleep right now. Only reason why I'm not asleep because I woke up with heartburn trying to throw up. And I just ain't been able to be back to sleep. Jelly, man, poor baby, like, bro, it was so. Listen, when I tell you it was funny last night, we had Diesel TV on last night, had them acting a fool last night. So, you know, anytime me and Diesel get together, we're gonna have fun. But
we had fun last night.
We had some fun last night. We had Diesel, man, and Clover Tech, man.
Yeah, Diesel was a good dude.
I think that was me and GB had a conversation. But we was talking about, you know, we hope the stuff with the Sanctity stuff just gonna clear the air.
Oh, you know man, that thing that got me tore up. I talked to Snow day before yesterday, I guess, for a little bit about all that. That got me tore up, man, because, you know, first of all the YouTube drama, man, I've been in this since, you know, I mean, head on since about 2017 and even before then. And I hang around a lot of different places, not just the firearm space.
Right.
You know, I hang in a lot of the spaces with other creators, all kinds, man, right? From sewing to doing art to whatever it might be. And the drama between people on YouTube is a real thing. And
oh yeah.
You know, and it affects everybody. And what I hate, there's people I don't like. There's lots of people I don't like. You know, it's like I can find ways to respect them as a creator. They're doing their thing, and I may not agree with what they do or how they're doing it, right? And I don't gotta like them for that. I don't. But you know, at the same time, I don't have to start no drama. I don't have to placate to the drama. You know what I mean? And I really hate when drama comes up and the good people, you know, it runs the good people off. I don't like that. Or what I perceive as the good people off, right?
Right.
Man, Clove Tech. So, way I see it is like, I think it's more or less, man, if you got an issue, you should leave it behind scenes, not bring it to the actual YouTube.
Well, it goes to what I said earlier, right? Man up, communication.
Yeah,
right?
just leave it where it's at, man. Because you know, not you make yourself look bad. You make the YouTube, you know, everything. You bringing a lot of stuff to the table when you should just leave it in the back door. Y'all had that conversation on the phone. If you don't like them, don't deal with them. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
what happens?
I just leave it be. Hey, you.
What happens a lot of times though is you'll get somebody that's open to that. See, I'm that type of person. It's like, man, I'm easy to get a hold of. Like, you know, let's figure this out. If we can't figure it out, oh well, right? But
right.
But then you have some people that are holier in the now, and especially if they got some numbers. And let's be honest, I don't give two flips what your sub count is. I could care less. Why? Because number one, you can buy the things. Number two, if any of your videos go viral or get picked up on mainstream news or anything else, you're gonna get a whole bunch of subs. And if you are a creator, you go in and look. You know, good Lord, man, 90-something% of your views don't even come from subs anyway. So
I was just finna say that.
It's a freaking number, and people let that go to their head, and they think they're holier than thou. They think they're and it goes to the viewers too, because a lot of the viewers out there put these fools on a pedestal, right? They ain't nobody. You pick whatever YouTuber you want. 10 million subscribers, 5 million subscribers. I don't care, and there ain't a difference one between him, her, me, you, them, person over there, people out there in the chat, except for they turned on a camera. We all doing the same. We all doing the same thing. So when you get on that, you get people that get on that holier than thou pedestal, and they don't feel like they need to talk it out. They don't feel like they need to communicate, that they need to address it. And what happens is when you give somebody that's like that, the other person, I'm talking about that person, the other person wants to communicate, And man, we're human beings, right? And things affect us, and we get emotional, and we get impatient, and whatever the case may be. And then they turn around and put out a video, a bunch of drama or whatever, or a social media post, bunch of drama, and then here it goes. And it's usually not the person on the pedestal that is the problem. It's their followers, or their, call them their minions, or whatever you want to be, right? But it's their followers that take up for them. Right, because they get loyal, and we all have our loyal base. We all have our loyal follower. I don't care if you got 100 subs, you got 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 that's loyal to you, even at 100, right? So you got your loyal that's going to defend you, and that's a good thing at the end of the day. But when they're defending somebody for doing something that's off color, that ain't right either.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I just leave it, man. When it comes to, man, I just leave it alone. Hey, if you don't like me, you just don't like me, man. I ain't finna be arguing with somebody I ain't never seen. I ain't got no relationship with. I ain't finna do none of that. Man, you have a good day, and that's the end of it. If you don't like me, just don't like me. I mean, some of this stuff, like I said, they just push the issue so hard, man. They just need to let it go. Or whatever, I don't like to see a lot of people arguing and stuff. No way. So I don't even try to affiliate with the stuff. I just stay in my own little lane with Bug now. Talk to them.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we try to do.
Yep. Yeah, that stuff crazy, man. I said I ain't picking no side. I don't do no sides. I don't do none of it. They just need to talk it out and figure it out for themselves. Not let people that's in the background talk. They just need to figure it out themselves and let it work it out that way.
Yeah. Well, it's getting, the whole thing. There's been a movement lately of, talking about the viewers out there, the people that don't turn on the camera mainly. And I mean, we need those folks too. And there's always room for those folks to have conversations in the comments and everything else. It's great. I dropped some knowledge this week, as a matter of fact, on a new release from Rock Island Armory. That there was some issues going on with that, and every bit of that, I did a bunch of follow up research, but that came from viewer comments, man, that were having issues. And I'm like, whoa, I need to get this info out there, And so I called Rock Island, and I talked to them about it, and got the ball rolling on all that. It all comes from the viewers, so there's a place for those folks. But the vast majority of them are starting to realize that there's, man, for lack of a better word, I use the term player, and it may be, I'm a white redneck, so I may be using that term all wrong. But I say there's the players, and then there's the real people on YouTube, right? There's the people on YouTube that they're on YouTube for the power and the fame
and the money
and all of that mess, right? That's their and don't get me wrong, we all would love to have that.
Right.
I ain't gonna turn down 1 million subscribers and tens of thousands of dollars a month and whatever on YouTube. Heck no, because look at all the good and all the more I can do with getting my message out and accomplishing my mission with that, right? So that's a part of my strategy, and that's a part of my goal without a doubt. But it's not the primary, right? It's not the focus. And so those other people, they put their focus there. And is that wrong? I mean, I don't think that's wrong. But I think that a lot of times when you put your focus there, it creates a problem with other people in that community, because I mean, your values don't align. It's that simple, right? It's like if I was to come across and say something like, I probably all of us here and everybody in the chat hunts, right? But if I was to say something about, man, I went and shot a pig in the face last night, somebody gonna get mad because their values don't align with that. They don't believe in shooting a pig in the face, right? I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it neither. I'm a hunter.
I'm gonna knock his block off. You ain't eating that anyway. Ain't making house head cheese.
Right.
Hey, I say it's all right, man. We just need to communicate a little bit better, get a better standing of each other, and just go from there.
I agree, right? Just understand. Try to understand where somebody's coming from. I think we deserve to give people that. Where go, look, man, I don't agree with what you're saying.
I don't know.
We can't be friends, but I get it. I understand it.
I don't know how many YouTubers are married, but if you're married, you ain't gonna agree on everything. You just don't have to put a common ground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The truth shall set you free.
Man, it'll the truth would bury a lot of people. I got news
Yeah.
for you.
It hurt a lot.
It would.
There's so much,
but you'll feel a whole lot better on the inside, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you admit the truth to yourself, yeah.
See,
But
that's what's so cohesive about Bug Nation. You know what I'm saying? We could tell each other the truth, and nobody feeling to be hurt. You know,
right.
You know, it's more of a partnership. You know, or it's a real friendship, a family. You know.
Yeah, for sure it's that, man. I talk to these guys every day, and they
All day.
tripping, and I ain't met not one of them in person, not one time. But I be talking to them though. We have a good time every day.
Yeah, when you do get out and have the opportunities to do that, man, that's what's amazing. I mean, I've been making shows and going to events for a while now, and man, the people you talk to regular it ain't no different in person, man. That's the beauty of real people, you know. Now, on the other hand, you can tell the posers, man. You can tell those players real quick when you make these events and stuff. You can tell real quick, because most of them are awkward. You know what I mean? They just don't. You know, they don't know how to talk. They don't know how to carry on a conversation. Like they can do it online, but in person, they're just, you know, I don't know. It's almost like they weren't popular. They weren't popular in high school, but they got popular on YouTube or something, right? And so it's just all, I don't know what to do. But
it's easy to get on YouTube. Charleston White said that it's easy to get on YouTube and say what people want to hear versus you actually doing what's supposed to be done in life.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It's easy. It's easy to get up here and say that.
Well, that's what you said. The truth will set you free, but people don't like to hear the truth. Is a problem.
Hell, no, they ain't built to hear the truth. They say something they want to hear.
And when y'all meet deer meat, I'm the same joker. I'm the one gonna do a 6-pack and I'm gonna have some cowboy boots on. That's me. I'm country as a mug, man. I love hanging out, barbecuing. That's all I like to do. Barbecue.
Man, I don't even want to hear it.
I'm trying to figure out what you doing next to the damn tree, though.
Right
you been
now.
this tree this whole time.
Oh man, that's a sad day in the neighborhood. I sure been at Lowe's or Walmart or somewhere trying to get me another one right now.
Man, I like mine too much, man. I got one of them pellet smokers, man. It's awesome. I've had it for about 6 years, and I don't know. As the controller, I think it's bad on it. I'm gonna have to try to get one, find one somewhere. But yeah, it's killing me.
I heard about those. I heard they pretty good, man. I ain't never.
Oh, I've got 6 years, dude. I've got 6 years out of this one, and I ain't kidding you, man. I smoke on that thing probably 3 times a week.
Man,
so it's been used. It ain't like it's a weekend thing. That sucker gets used.
Man, I got a pile of dang pecan wood and oak right behind my house. That's what I just get them lump charcoals and I go to town.
Start with the pecan and finish it off with the oak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I really like using apple, like on the ribs and stuff.
Yeah, like especially pork. Yeah. Especially pork, man. Pork's good with fruit.
It soaks up the flavor real good.
Yeah.
This conversation went around everywhere.
Say, and I'm gonna say this to y'all, bro. Like I love hunting. I love coming together with people. You know what I'm saying, with like-mindedness. Me and Clover, you know what I'm saying. We talked on the phone one day. You know what I'm saying, like. I like his energy. I like Guns and Barbecue energy. I like G-Web energy. I like Flying Rich energy. You know, a lot of people pretend to be what they not, and it take 5 minutes to figure them out too if you're good. So that's why I try not to put myself in a box. If anybody know me, I do 2A content, but I always try to do more. I had the Martell memoirs. You know what I'm saying, before legalities made me stop using the name. And so we came up with Wicked Wednesday because Gershon them stopped Wild Wednesday. You know, I was doing Wild Wednesday. Wicked Wednesdays is not putting me in a box because I can talk about guns. I can talk to Crip Mac. I can talk about crazy stuff. Hey, like the other day was last Wednesday to me was one of the best natural lives I had in a long time because we was on there with Sanctity. And not one time did we talk about mess. Hell, we talked about all type of crazy crap. And she was with it, and we had a good time. And then the next day, it turned to some bull. But
all right, they fixed the fun.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's people that have a little power that can use their power for good and they use it for self.
Yeah.
That's on internet. I don't want to be aligned with nobody
I
that you
said
got
they
a little
finally fixed
internet
it, or
fame
it might
for
be
self.
fixed.
Because at the end of the day, at
Yeah.
the end of the day, at
Hell
the end
yeah,
of the
I ain't
day,
touching it now.
when it come to
No.
when it come to that, you know what I'm saying? We could, you know, when it comes to people misusing that the influence that they have, man,
Yep.
I stay away from them people. And I don't want to be put in a box and I don't want to be linked with them because just by being associated with those type of people can like bring you down. Like, you know, Jeremy can tell you, I was getting reels that was getting 1,500 or 1,400 views and stuff like that. And now I'm probably getting 10 views. Like now, we can be on here and it'll be 50 people in here.
Yeah.
It'll be 50 people in here. And so now you got 13, 14 people. I don't care about how many people come in because it's somebody watching. And as long as there's somebody watching, I'm gonna give them something to watch for because it ain't about the numbers to me. I don't get caught up on all that. I do this because I love to, and
Man,
I do this because it's a
It mean more. It mean more whenever you put your boots to the ground anyway and do the actual work anyway. You know, so like you said, the numbers don't really mean too much. You know, at least I know those 30 viewers, 40 viewers that I'm getting. You know, they fuck with me. They like me for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Soldier Slim said, either you love me or you love me not, because I'm gonna be me. You hear me? So for real though, that's just how that go.
Well, and
Straight
put
up.
it into perspective, man. I see a lot of new creators that they come out, man, and they're like, "Oh man, I only got 50 views on this video, or I only got 100 views on this video," and I'm like, "Bro, you know, have you
Eat my
ever
mic while you trying to mute me.
have you ever got up in front of a crowd of 50 people and gave a speech?"
Boy, that's
I have. And I'm not a good speaker. I do it because I've done it because I've had to. But I've literally been in a stadium with 15, 17,000 people listening to me before. And
if you haven't did
anywhere from 20 people in a room, right, to 15, 17,000. I'm going to tell you, 100 people, 200 people, 1,000 people, that's a lot of people you're reaching. And if you think about it, from that perspective,
man, that is a lot.
Only thing, like I told Bud, man, the real reason I got on YouTube, man, I talked to my wife. She was like, "Baby, you should go on there. You got a lot of guns, just talk." And the best thing that happened, man, good people. You know, like I don't know who bad, I don't know who good, but I met a lot of people that that I done had a good vibe with them or whatever. I ain't had no bad words with nobody. But like I said, I met you, Flo Tech. I was able to talk to you, and I'm not a big people person. Like I don't really like people too much, like because people let people down. But I'm able to talk to you guys, and I learned a lot since I've been in the YouTube environment, man. I learned a lot. Just being able to talk to some of you guys. I know different firearms that's a little bit better quality, but I still like my not so good quality ones too. I don't care nobody don't like mine. As long as I like my guns, then I'm fine with that.
Yep.
And every gun that everybody said they got a problem with, I got those guns. And as long as I keep mine clean and oiled, I ain't never had a problem.
So
What guns they had a problem with?
It still do the job. The
Man, some of that stuff
Sky,
you just can't
the High Point, I got all those videos, mine ain't never jammed.
So Chris from the 740 last night, I think it was, they were talking about on there, they were talking about a 22-250 on a AR-10, right? I said, so here's the deal. I said, that's stupid, and I said, the reason it's stupid is 22-250. That's a smoking round, and to limit that to a 20-inch barrel, it's like you ain't doing no good with a 22-250 to about 24 inches, and probably need 26. Right. I'm like, that's just stupid. And then I come back, I thought about it, right? I caught myself, and I come back and I said, but hey, it's cool, and if you want to spend your money on it, go for it. Yeah. I ain't got a problem with it. But to me, it's dumb. It don't make no sense. So, people get that mentality. A lot of things you're gonna have things that you like, not even guns, man. But again, we're gonna have disagreements on things. That don't mean that you're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, or you're wrong and I'm right. You know, we just don't see eye to eye on it. That's the only thing. And at the end of the day, it ain't no skin off my back if you do something or have something or whatever I don't like. What's that to me? That don't mean nothing to me. It's you got to deal with that, not me.
At the end of the day, as long as you like what you got, then that's fine. You know, you gotta like what you buy. It ain't for everybody's opinion. You just gotta like it. Now, if somebody change your opinion on your opinion, that's you.
Right. Because you allow somebody to change how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and you gotta allow people the room to change too, man. So I see people get upset because somebody, he's wishy-washy, he just changed his mind. And I said, you know, sometimes people wake up. Sometimes they realize, they go, oh man, you know, there's been things I didn't like Glock for the longest time, man. I did not like Glock. And matter of fact, I refrained from buying a Glock. The Springfield XDs came out. This was, good Lord, 20 years ago. I don't know how long it's been ago when
because that was the HS 2000. That was the HS 2000 first.
Yeah, I bought the very first. Still got it. Great shooting pistol. Got one of the very first Springfield XDs because it was kind of like a Glock, but to me it looked better than a Glock, and I just didn't care for Glock, right? And then all of a sudden, I come into and had a chance to shoot the Glock 20, which is a 10 millimeter. I'm a big 10 millimeter guy.
Oh man!
And it brought me to Glock, man. I'm like, not all Glocks. There's still some Glocks I don't like, but I own several Glocks now, right? So it's like I was a Glock hater one time, and something happened, and I changed my mind, and we can do that.
Wow,
yeah. I started out the same way. I really didn't like Glock. My dad, he didn't like Glock, and I got one, Glock 22.
Oh, that's the one. That's why I hated a Glock, was the 22, because I hate the 40. See?
Yeah, it was okay, but when I got that Glock 40, Chamberlain 10 millimeter long slide, man, that's everything.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah,
changed everything for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, hey, look, that man said he liked the XD. I remember Clovertech. I remember when the XD was a.
I don't like the new ones. The new ones ain't like the old ones.
The old one, the very first one, the HS 2000, when Springfield took over and fixed the safety, and fixed the magazine release and all that good stuff. So you know what I'm saying, there was a problem with the HS 2000. So I go back with it. My brother had an HS 2000. He got it stolen from him, and it was back in like 99, 90, 97, 99, something like that, man.
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000. And he got it stolen from him, and I got to shoot it. And I bought an XD. I had an XD for a long time, man. I had an XD for a long time.
Yeah.
And I like it.
I've been watching.
Yeah, that was probably my first game. The shit was sold out when I tried to go back and get one.
I fell in love with them jokers. That Gerson, shoot, I got 2 of them.
Oh yeah, Gerson, man, it's turning out some good stuff.
Hey, look, when I tell you the Gerson, I had 2 M9s and a Gerson, and we were shooting. And Saint shot one, and he fell in love with it after that. But
hey, don't feel bad. You ain't the only one. I don't got a Glock either, bro.
Look, at the end of the day,
that's okay.
At the end of the day, you notice the difference between the Gerson and the Beretta. The Beretta had a smoother, just a little bit smoother on the take up, and the release of the hammer was smoother than the Gerson. But I figured after I ran 1,000 rounds through this Gerson, and I ran some hot rounds, man, that thing shoots. So you can't.
I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad to hear you mention that, man. That gets in. That's a learning opportunity, maybe for some folks out there. So when you hear somebody say, "Oh man, that's got a good trigger," I always ask, "What do you mean?" Because there's multiple parts to a trigger pull, right? What can have a great break, but a horrible take up, right? What can have great? It can have great take up, but no wall, right?
I was just gonna say that, right?
You know, it can have everything can be great, and the reset just sucks on it. There's all of these parts of the trigger pull that when people say it's got a good trigger, what they're talking about is it meets the things they like, right? So just because they say it's got a good trigger, don't mean it's a good trigger for you.
Boom. Because
Not
PWS.
everyone had the same trigger
mechanism.
Right.
The mechanics.
It's
because
true,
guess what? A Taurus 92. What people don't realize is when Beretta abandoned Brazil, they left the Taurus with tooling the same way with the Century. The Century AP, what is that? The AP9, the AP9 series is H&K. That's H&K tools. It's made on the same tools, but H&K update their tools and let them have the old tools. So it's basically H&K. It just ain't branded H&K, but you can tell the difference between a Taurus trigger, a Beretta trigger, and the Garrison trigger. It's a difference.
And there's a reason for that. So Rock Island Armory, like 1911s and made in the Philippines. And man, the Filipinos, man, they are like 1911 is like the national handgun for those folks. They crazy over there over 1911s, you know.
Man, they build them in the woods.
Yeah, and
by hand.
But here's the thing: they had old Colt machines when they first started. But here's the problem: just because a company takes over or whatever, and they get all the same machines, it don't mean they got the same people designing the guns. It don't mean they got the same people running the machines. It don't mean machines are in the same tolerance, and it don't mean they're using the same metals.
Right.
And
thank you.
You factor all that together, and yeah, it looks the same, and okay, it could be better, right? What the Turks are doing, especially Gerson, right? They're using a really high grade metal. It is phenomenal. Their tolerances are tight. Another thing that the Turks are doing over there is, and this is not all, some of those Turkish companies suck, period.
Yeah, because they shotguns, they can keep them.
See, Gerson used to suck, right? If you've been around long enough and you remember the Gersons before EAA started importing them, they sucked, right? There was firing pin problems, extractor problems with the 1911, several different things. So here's what happens. The importer comes in, and if the importer works with that company, right, and goes, hey, y'all got to change this. Y'all got to tighten this up. Y'all got to change this tolerance, change this part, do this, do that, or we ain't carrying your guns no more, right? So a lot of people don't think about that, is that when you're talking about these foreign companies making something and an American company importing them, it's the American company, their input into that manufacturing process is what makes the good firearm. It's not really that factory can turn out crappy firearms just as easy if they wanted to.
Right, man.
I think SAR USA is going through that now. They're starting to come on board. Like
SAR's been good stuff for a while. What pisses me off about SAR is everything I want from SAR, they drop it. Like 5 years ago, 5 years ago, they were going to bring in a revolver. And I waited, and they're like, oh, that ain't going to happen. I talked to them at SHOT Show this year. They were going to start bringing in some shotguns. And guess what? I talked to them about a month ago, and they're like, yeah, that ain't happening no more. I'm like, you sorry suckers. Like,
I'm involved. That's Taurus.
You break it up, man. What's going on? Yeah, we can hear you. Now say it again, Dimitri, you broke up.
I said the one handgun that impressed me over time, or the company how they grew, was Taurus, because I'm a Taurus fan. The GX4 trigger is way different from the 709, from the first G2Cs.
That Millennium.
It's way different. That GX4 trigger is way different. It's a whole lot better than it was.
Yeah.
I'm a big Taurus fan.
Taurus did really well. Taurus did really well in like the 80s. They were contracting with Smith & Wesson. That's why a lot of the old Taurus look just like a Smith & Wesson, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the semi-auto handguns started coming on board. And Taurus did what they could. But Taurus has learned a lot. And they've grown, as a company on the semi-auto side, especially over the years. I'll agree that, that Taurus Millennium, one of the most terrible handguns I ever shot. And what were you talking about? The 740 Slim or whatever it was?
It's a whole lot different. But that GX4 and that G3C, man, they stepped it up with those compared to the older models.
G3C is my EDC,
and they are well priced, for what you're getting.
Yeah.
That's what I like about them. You know,
The only thing they've had some employee, some staffing issues and stuff over the years. And so they've been plagued by customer service issues here and there. That seems to be the biggest rap, at least lately, that you hear from Taurus is like, if you get one that's got a problem, and you're more likely to get a Taurus that's got a problem than anything else because Taurus makes so many firearms. A lot of people don't realize that. Taurus might be the #1 selling firearm in the world.
Yeah, I know
they
the G2C was the
don't
number one
just sell
selling
in the U.S.
In the like last 4 years. The G2C has been the #1 selling model.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm a G3C fan.
I like the G3C too. That G3 with the 17 round magazine, that's a bad mamma jamma.
Yeah, I had one of those. I just sold it a couple months ago.
I should have got that one.
Gun.
That GX4,
that's a bad gun, man.
I'm living by the GX4, man. They showed me something different when they made that. At first when I got it, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I got it. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, man.
How big is your hand?
It's flat on the front, so that's what I like about it too.
How big is your hand? Is the grip good for you on the GX4?
Man, I got some big hands, man. I'm a mechanic, so
me too.
So yeah, I got a big hand. It feel good because they send you a mag with a +2 on it, so they put your pinky around. It ain't too small, and the actual what is it called, trigger guard. It's got this little recess in it, so you can get your hand on up some more.
Okay, I might take a look at it. But they came out with that G3. I believe it's the X. It's just like the G3C, but it's got the G3 grip.
Yeah.
I haven't got a hold to it yet, but I touched one at the gun show. Felt pretty good, you know. But I run the 15 round mag in my G3C a lot of times. So
I think
that's
it's about the same
concept.
thing. Yeah, I think it's about the same thing. Yeah.
But I like those.
Hey, we got 2 questions. We got Guns Don't Argue. LC said, did Canic go by Tristan?
I think Tristan imported some of the Canic models, some of the more rare Canic models. I forget who the main importer is. Is it Century Arms or
Century? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Century. Yeah, they do the rest of them, but Tristan did just very few of them.
And then Q hit the 221st. He asked, would you daily carry a 5.7? I have daily carried a 5.7, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. When it comes to the 5.7 round, the 5.7 round is phenomenal out of a 16-inch barrel. Out of that 16-inch barrel, you can actually go through some level 3 body armor, soft body armor. That's with the blue tips. But because you got such a small round, the round that was made for the gun was originally the SS-192 is really unobtainable. Is, you know, some people got a couple of them, but it's unobtainable. You know, the SS-192, the round that was made to pierce the body armor. To me, the Taurus, I got me talking about Taurus. The FN 5.7 is like a 17 H&R. It's a hole puncher.
Yep.
It's gonna poke a hole in you. Because if you run across me, I'm 6'4", I'm 300 pounds. I might take 5 or 6 of them and put my hands on you, and then think about the adrenaline and the fact that I'm shot. I might can hurt you and incapacitate you, but I might die later. But see, I'd rather have something like some good old hollow points or some RIP rounds on a 40 or a good 9+ P+ or something like that, or 45+ P, that I know if I hit you one time, it's gonna drop you. No matter if I hit you in your lower torso, I don't hit a vital organ, I'm gonna make you think about it. I'm gonna break a rib or something, I'm gonna punch a bone. So if you're not trying to penetrate, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to penetrate something, the FN 5.7 is phenomenal. But if you just it got its limitations.
You gotta look at when stuff go on, like it ain't gonna be like 80% of people wearing no freaking body armor. It's just gonna, they don't have a t-shirt on.
Right. Hold on now. Let me tell you something. This is pre-legal bug. Pre-legal bug had I ain't gonna say what department, but I had a police issue with trauma plates. And I wore it under my vest, up under my t-shirt every day because I knew how I was living. So bro, they got vests now. The technology of Kevlar now, Man, it's in shirts. They make shirts that are Kevlar. You wouldn't even think. I got a backpack that people won't even know that level 4 bulletproof. It'll stop a rifle round.
See, that's what I'm saying. But I ain't saying that everybody gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm not saying that ain't nobody gonna have it. I'm saying majority of your people ain't gonna have body armor. Like, you a lot of people be like, oh, well, if I got that body armor, well, you that 10% that's got body armor. Everybody ain't got it. Everybody can't afford it. Everybody ain't gonna think about getting it. Most people, when they get a handgun, or they feel that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Even the crooks, like, I got this with 30-round magazine. I'm good.
No, you're not.
If you got a vest and they don't, well, shoot, you might got a little bit of advantage. They might got 30 rounds, but shoot, you got a little bit of advantage on because you got a vest, but everybody ain't gonna have it on. That's why I be telling folks, they be like, well, you think this will penetrate? Well, man, everybody ain't gonna have that on. You run into somebody in the middle of the night, they getting out their car, they ain't just gonna have no vest on robbing you. Everybody ain't gonna have that vest on, you know. Right. But I mean, it's better to be prepared to have a round that'll do it. But if you don't, you know, I know plenty of people that, you know, carry all the time. Don't carry hollow points or nothing. They carry wide points, and they defend themselves well. You know, I see people defend themselves with those full metal jackets and do a good job of getting them folks off of them.
So getting hit with body armor on, that ain't a fun day.
I was just gonna say that. It will break a reel. I mean,
people talk as if it's a video game and you would just walk away from it or whatnot.
No. So you got somebody. That's what they were talking about. Some of these, mass killings or whatever. Like, more guns ain't the answer because they'll have body armor. And I'm like, I dump a 15-round 9mm magazine on that body armor. I promise you, I can get away after that.
Yeah,
I promise you I can. That dude's gonna be on the ground. He's gonna be hurting.
Unless he got on a vest and a outer carrier. If he got an outer carrier on and you hit the outer carrier, but I was always trained this. Think that everybody have a vest on. So I'm shooting for your belly button. I'm shooting for your nuts. I'm shooting for your neck. If I shoot for your neck, I'm gonna hit your head.
It's really about placement too.
It's placement. I know two things, and I can show it right here. It's two things about the human body. You see that big nasty thing right there?
Right.
That's right there. You got to order it in your damn head.
You will die.
You would die.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that I was in surgery 32 hours from that shot? 32 hours in surgery to save my life?
It's a wonder you lived.
Yeah, for real, because the artery retracted and went into my feet and the rest went into my stomach. So they had to replace it with something. I don't know. I was asleep. I woke up in surgery. So I learned from that. I learned the body. You go look at the anatomy. You get you I forgot what they call the dictionary. It got the total skeletal system. And you learn the central nervous system. You learn the vital system, the vascular system. Man, look. I'm gonna hit you on one of the main arteries. I know you got an artery in your leg. I know you got an artery in your arm. You got an artery running through your neck. I'm shooting for that. Fuck that placement, 10 to the chest. No, I'm finna learn to shoot at something this big. So when I run across something this big, I can hit it.
Right. Yep.
First of all, I'm placing them. I'm placing them first three in your plate, and that's gonna
get your attention.
Yeah.
Or your stomach. I'm trying to hit you in your stomach because see, everybody got their chest that's gonna protect the vital organs. That's your lungs and your heart. But see, everybody keep forgetting about below the belly button. If I'm aiming for your belly button, that means I'm gonna hit right up at your solar plex, or I might hit a little bit lower and hit you right there, right at the bottom
the pelvis.
Of
the pelvis, man. You pop somebody's pelvis, they ain't going nowhere.
Man, they going down.
Yeah, they neutralize.
They ain't going nowhere.
They ain't going.
I'm telling you. Man, it says 195, 197. That's cool. It's some other stuff that that if you get your hands on.
That one reason I like the 45, man. 45, that son gun moving slow, but that son gun got some energy.
Oh yeah.
Sar has a double stack 45. I think it's like 13 plus 1. That KS 45C.
I like
that might be my next purchase.
I like long coat 45. Give it to me.
Man, I'm gonna say this here, Q hit it. I got shot a couple times, brother. and I'm just gonna be real. They ain't nothing I glorify because I use this as a training point for people. Like the life I lived in the past, that's the past. Because what I live now is totally different.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a benefit and an asset to my my eco. I'm just to my society, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm an asset because I'm looking out for my neighbor. I'm not just looking out for Bug and his family. I look out for everybody. And if I see something wrong, the old me would have been, I don't give a damn. If I seen somebody robbing Baton Rouge, that'd have been on Baton Rouge hat. But if I got this thing on me and I see somebody robbing Baton Rouge, I'm gonna try to get a tactical advantage to where I can't hurt Baton Rouge. And I distract this person. Hopefully that Baton Rouge got enough sense to take off running so I can engage that person. Because I'm gonna have a firearm on me. And if it's somewhere that I can't take my gun, I'm not going. And that's just being honest with you.
Why I gotta be the one to run though? Yeah, right.
Because you so ignorant that you're gonna stand there and try to fight. It's a time to fight and it's a time to retreat. You can't fight everything head on. There's some things.
But why I gotta be the one to run though? God damn,
I need you to run. I need you to get it in your mind. It's okay to.
I got you. I got you. Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? So, you know, it's your rounds, placement. Learn how to play. Learn how to place. Learn your gun. The way people learn these, learn your gun. If you can learn the game, you can learn your gun. Learn your gun the same way the emphasis you put into your dang on cell phone. Learn your firearm, man. Because if y'all see now, it was 6 shootings, but they're not reporting on all 6. They reporting on 3 or 4.
You got
right. They go report on the ones that fit their narrative.
Thank you. So
that's a lot to that, brothers. What y'all was just saying, what they saying and what they ain't saying. And mentioning one thing when along with what you was talking about, we talk about situational awareness all the time, but I want to add a thing to that. Let's talk about being spiritually aware. In other words, you know how you look at somebody, you could tell
and you
if
know
they
that's
in the wrong in the wrong. There you go. That's in a nutshell. In a nutshell, if you know that cotton picker is on the wrong thing, you know, move into a different thing for yourself, for your own mentality. So, you know, that's something we got to pay attention to now. Now, I ain't going to get into the Bible and prophecy and all that, but we got to pay attention to some of that. I'm off the mic.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, I talk about those all the time. You know, there was last week, Sanctity and Snow were talking about, you know, tactical and tactics and all that. And I was like, you know, the number one thing, your number one weapon is that thing bobbling around on the top of your neck.
Right. Damn head.
You need situational awareness, and not everybody can read people. Being able to read people is a good thing, man. I could usually detect the BS 6 miles away. I can usually just by looking at somebody, you know, it's like, okay, that person's up to no good, or you know, their eyes are shifty. You know, I pick up on things like that. Not everybody has that superpower, but you can learn that. You just need to watch people. That's all.
Yeah,
you need to watch people.
I wouldn't recommend hood life to anybody, but that is one of the upsides.
I was just going to say
gets ingrained into you. Yeah,
I can imagine.
Into you.
You can't grow up in the cliff and not have it. Like you won't make it to 18.
Well, I've got family that's, you know, retired law enforcement, and so same type situation, right? I mean,
there's different avenues, right?
They had to learn that real quick, and so that's where mine come. You know, I had uncles or dads. We'd be out somewhere, and he's like, "Watch that dude! Look what he's." You know, I guarantee you that guy fixing to walk by.
I want to speak on that real quick before y'all go away from that. Man, I think that's more of like a common sense thing. You know, there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that ain't got.
Me, it is, yeah.
For real.
And see, look, common sense ain't coming.
Sure ain't.
Common sense not coming. It's not coming. Listen, let me tell you something. I made a post last night. I'm going to show you common sense, and I'm glad he went there. I made a post last night that said I got scammed by Crip Mac. I took it down now because he came and did the show. Okay. I did a post, and do you know somebody had the nerve to ask me, what are you talking about? I explained everything I was talking about from the beginning of the video, show receipts that the dude was supposed to come through, and I got scammed. So y'all don't think my word mean more to me than this money. You see what I'm saying? Because my word is my character. It shows who I am as a person. And if my character ain't stand up, I'm nothing. So I put that out there. Rich, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, but I put that out there just to show, you know, my word means something to me. This fool asked me, "What are you talking about?" I just put it up. What I'm talking about. Was you not listening?
Yep.
What is wrong with you?
They were listening.
Man, that's the only thing I be telling like people. I be like, man, look, if you ain't got nothing else as a man, you got a word. If you live by your word, then you good. You know, if I'm the type of person like I told Bug know me. If I tell you something, if I tell Clovertech something about Bug and Bug come ask me, I'm a man. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I ain't like that. You know, whether you like it or not, that's my opinion. You know, but I'm not gonna cower behind what I said because I said it, and I should be man enough to tell him that I said it. You know, if he didn't like it or whatever. But he would probably respect me as a man. Like, dang, he ain't even lie. He told me straightforward. The respect came just because I was truthful about what I said. I was a man about what I said. That's what I look for in people. Like, I don't want you to sugarcoat nothing to me. If you tell me, man, if I did something at work, man, you about to get fired. And you come around the corner and tell me, oh, man, ain't gonna be all right. They gonna blow it over. No, don't tell me that. Tell me they finna fire me. That's what I want to know. I don't want to know.
Be straight up with me. Right.
Yeah, I want to know they gonna let me go. So I could be looking for another job, not hoping that I'm still gonna have this job, you know. But that's just how I look at things. I'm a little different from everybody else, so you know.
Not everybody a straight cutter like that. Yeah.
No, Bam Rouge, let me put you in the back steering yard right quick.
Hey, y'all, go ahead. I'm on the roof anyway, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and tap you in, bro, in the chat section, bro. I'm gonna do it, man.
Okay, I got you, brother. Appreciate you.
All right.
I'm gonna jump out too.
Because I'm a straightforward friend. Like, I'm gonna tell you straight cut what it is, you know, because I care about you. You know, I want you to know right off top, hey man, look, they ain't cool, you know, such and such. I ain't say you got to listen to everything I say, cause you know it might not be right for you, but I want to be able to talk to you as a true friend. I don't want to give you a false impression of being your friend. So if I got to down me being that friend to make you feel good all the time, no, I don't want you as my friend. I don't want no friend like it. So it'd be hard to find friends because of how I am as a person. And I got two good friends that them my buddies to the end. I can tell them whatever on my mind. And they gonna tell me too. And I like it.
Yep. How's everybody doing?
How's it going?
All right.
Thanks for letting me on the show.
Hey man, look, we are equal opportunity to a-holes around here, and you invited to come in and be one with us. It's toilet paper enough for everybody to be white. Yeah, man.
I'm finna get out, man. My wife in the call. She on her lunch break.
Already. Say, hold up, y'all. I want y'all to know this. Dear Meat is the only member of Bug Nation that he's off on Fridays and Saturdays, and we are lucky to be blessed with his presence when his wife is not around, because when his wife is around, we would not hear from him. He will go missing. So get the hell off my panel. We don't want to talk to your long neck. Goodbye. I had to get rid of him. Nah, that's my dude, though, man. He's a good dude. Like, he a young dude, but I'm going to tell you something. He inspired me, and he showed me, like, real love is still out here, bro. It's out here. Like, the way he loved his wife, bro, and the attentiveness he would give us all week at work and everything. If he at deer camp, he'll call us if he got a signal. But he actually take time Saturday, if he's not working, if he with his wife, you not hearing from him. Don't call him, don't send him no text. If it ain't an emergency, don't talk to him. And I respect that, man.
Yeah, I do that on the weekend mostly too. Yep. I'll unplug. That's, you know, it's time to spend with the wife, the kids, the grandbabies, whatever.
Yep, man, I'm telling you, dog.
I ain't got them problems no more.
Yeah. You don't got them problems? You lost your wife?
Both of them, yeah.
Damn.
I've been divorced twice. Yeah.
So somebody else found them. That's what you saying?
Yeah,
you
somebody
else found them.
Yeah, they good.
Man, I'm telling you, man, like, that's what's up. What's going on, real deal?
Pretty good. I'm at work. I was listening to you guys. You know, I wanted to touch on something you guys was talking about earlier. You know, before the New York shooting, you know, there's been other shootings,
They're picking and choosing what they want to talk about, what they don't want to talk about. And before the New York shooting even happened, they were saying this is going to be the year of the violence. They're pushing that agenda because that agenda has so much to do with the way they want this country to go. And I'm just saying we need to take a step back. And when something like that happens, we need to start asking the bigger questions. Why did it happen?
Right.
Who knew it was going to happen? Why didn't they stop it? What's the agenda behind it all?
So the Buffalo murders, the thing about it is it's getting a lot of press. And I say murders and killings and stuff like that. I don't use the word shooting if I don't absolutely have to.
No, that was a murder.
Because I go shooting, right?
Yeah, we go shooting every Sunday.
That fool didn't go shooting, right? So anyway, he murdered people is what he did. Let's be honest about it.
Yep.
And so, but you know, here's the thing. I was watching some stuff this morning that worries me a little bit. And it goes back to communication, like when I first jumped in and we were talking about this. Because, you know, we always know that the powers that be are drunk with power. They want to keep their power. And the way they keep their power is to keep everybody else fighting over petty, stupid stuff. That's how they do it, right? And so, you know, the abortion thing come up. They had the opportunity to do that. Now that, you know, the murders come up. But there's been other murders. A lot of people don't know this. There's been all kinds of other ones that don't get oppressed. Well, here's why. They've been stoking this narrative for a long time that they've been trying to scare white folks by saying that the population of white folks is declining, and you know, in the next 20 years or something, white folks will be the minority, right? And they're trying to stoke fear or something with white folks. And what they're doing is there's people out there that's racist. Period. I don't care what color they are. There's people out there that are racist, and so what they're doing is they're poking a bear. They're saying that kind of crap so that, you know, this kid that went in and murdered a bunch of freaking people, it'll rile him up. He was already mentally unhinged and everything else. We know that, you know, and then they start talking crap that riles up his racist attitude, you know, and he goes out and does something horrible, evil, right? And then they go, look, see, white people, and then try to point to, and then they try to scare the black people by saying, see, the black, you know, colored, they don't even say black, they say brown, I think is what they say, because it's Hispanic and whatever. But they're like, see, because white people are scared because they feel like they're losing the country or whatever. And it's like, white people don't feel that way. It's like you up on you in your newsroom or whatever is trying to make people feel that way. You know, it's like stop trying to play one side off the other. Quit. And the morons that listen to that stuff, you know, and believe it, it's like, come on.
It's ridiculous. You're like, wake up. And you know what's so crazy, y'all? The narrative, like they really pick what shooting they want. Let me tell y'all something. People get shot every damn day. A lot of them shootings is like, they showed them kids getting shot. I think there was, Minnesota? That's some shit that happened in Dallas. That shit just happened a couple of weeks ago. They made it a mass shooting. It wasn't a damn mass shooting. It was some damn kids got into it. Each other and started busting, and innocent people got hit. That happens every day. It happened every day. But they cherry pick what they want to put out there. And let me tell you, and the first thing they say is disarming. I'm from Louisiana. Louisiana has open carry state, and you can hear it. Back then, it used to be you can have your gun in the car, but you couldn't have one in the chamber. So people used to ride with the slide back. Or really, they have one in the chamber. When the police pull them over, they'll unload the gun. So you won't have the one in the chamber. Then we didn't have road rage. We didn't hear about no damn road rage. I moved to Texas, the 90s. Oh my God, Interstate 30. I used to live off Interstate 30. Every day I see fuck. But guess what? Dallas, Texas had the rule that you only can have a gun in your car, a pistol. You can have a long rifle, concealed or unconcealed, loaded or unloaded, but a pistol, which is more maneuverable in the vehicle, in your car, unless you're going 3 counties outside the county you live in. So they call it the traveling cause. So when people got caught with unlawful carrying, it'll be the traveling defense. Once Dallas did the council and doctrine the council law said that your home and your vehicle is a part of your home.
That's right.
So you can have your gun. Yeah. Workplace. So therefore, you can have a gun. Let me show you how they play the game, though. Let me show you how people get screwed. You can have a gun in your car, but it have to be concealed. So that means if the police walk up and see my Glock right here, I go to jail for unlawful carrying. But if I take a towel and put over the Glock in my lap,
all you gotta have.
Concealed.
Yeah.
They can't say, and that's the dumbest shit on earth.
I got a cup towel in my truck. People are like, why like you dry dishes with, right? A cup towel, literally. They're like, why you got? Don't worry about it.
And now, from my understanding, they said if you got a CHL, when LTC they changed it now. License.
It's got to be in a holster. Still,
it's got to be in a holster.
Yeah,
but
it could be laying in the seat, but it's got to be in a holster.
It's in a holster. The stupidest. Yeah. But if it's not, now you just lost your license over a technicality.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll give, but they're gonna take in the process. But people don't pay attention to the tape.
So, and this might be where we can get into a black-white thing because we're dealing with law enforcement, but you know, not necessarily. I've slipped up. We all slip up. We all do stupid things, you know, occasionally and whatever. And you know, it's not a guarantee, right? That if you get pulled over and for whatever, I mean, I got my cup towel on there, but I took a hard curb or something and it's uncovered a little bit or whatever the case may be. There ain't no guarantee I'm gonna lose my license or it's gonna be any. A lot of it has to do with my attitude when that law enforcement officer walks up. Now, if he walks up and I start cussing him and going, "Oh, you pig, why'd you pull me over?" You know, oink oink, you know, I smell bacon, whatever the hell, you know, and he sees it. Yeah, I probably just made his day bad, and he, you know, he's like, okay, this smart little, you know, redneck gonna talk this way to me. Let's hook you up for having that gun open or whatever, right? But he pulls up, I got my license out, and he's like, you know, and I'm like, you know, what were you doing? I'm like, hey, headed down the road to going to work, going grocery shopping, whatever, you know, here's my license, here's my stuff, you know, yes or no, sir, okay, whatever. You know, he writes me a ticket, I'm on my way, or he writes me in the morning, whatever happens, and I'm on my way, right? And like I said, that could be different for different. I get the whole color thing when it comes to law enforcement. I get it. I get the whole profiling thing. I understand. So I'm not trying to go down that road, but I'm just saying, even, you know, little slip ups are not a guarantee. A lot of times it's how we react to that's going to dictate what happens. I've seen, and it
really comes to that. Even
used to be like when I was young, man. You know, we would cruise the courthouse square, man, and we were under 21, and we had beer and stuff and hung. And the cops never messed with us, dude. Black, white, Mexican, I don't care what it was. They never messed with us, but we wasn't causing trouble, right? We would go up there and we would like sit in a parking lot somewhere, and we had to, you know, we put our liquor in a Whataburger, you know, cup or whatever, you know what I mean? And we wasn't messing with nobody. We just hanging out, having a good time. And so they never messed with us because we didn't mess with anybody, right? So we didn't give them any reason. They could have locked us all up for minors in possession or whatever, but they never did. And, you know, I understand today ain't like, you know, it was back then. I get that. But, you know, at the same time, the principle, you talking about principles earlier, the principles are the same thing. You know, you know, do your best not to be doing stupid things or not to be acting a fool and all that. Yeah. And most of the time you'll get treated right.
It really is about how you carry yourself, because even when you start to talk about the racial aspect of it, really a lot of that you hear on the black side is coming from a particular voice in the black community, like young, more middle class type. Because the cats that don't have a problem with it are the cats like me, probably the cats like Bug that came up around law. Like I had law. I can't tell you how many interactions with the law that I done had. Like getting my pockets tossed up was a daily basis. Like the laws,
right?
Jump out boys. Like we wasn't dealing with that. We were dealing with. They come out, you know, in tactical gear. Like knew all them cats by first name. They all knew me. They come out like, Tank, what you doing? Like, same thing. Where you coming from? From your wife house, motherfucker. Like where you like? And then they partners start laughing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm gonna interject though, Tank.
Right.
See, that's them old heads. Them old head police, old school police, community police, they don't have that no more. Now they got these young PTSD dudes. And I'm being real.
Yeah.
When the police pull up on me, let me make my point. When the police pull up on me, I normally don't even get asked for my license because they look at me and say he's mature. But if I got my nephew driving, man, they give them youngsters no respect. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't respect some ain't gonna respect you. I was just in Louisiana a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to a young cat, and he was on live. He said this. He said, "Say, bro," I said, "Man, so you riding around there, Drake? What you gonna do with the police pull up on you?" The first thing this little cat said, say, man, they shot down this other little kid, some other little kid he know. Man, they shot him down for nothing. He said, man, what you think I'm going to do? I'm jumping out busting. I don't care what he got to talk about. I was like, man, he said, man, oh, we doing that. So I go look at the stats. They not putting it in the stats, but you talk to the community. Hey, man, these little kids is flying up on these police officers. I was like, man, why y'all like that? Went talk to kids in another neighborhood. Why you like this? He said, bro, they don't respect us. So I'm sitting riding. We see them. Bro, it's worse than when we was coming up, Tank. Man, them people. I was like, man, this will never stop.
Yeah.
The cycle got to stop somewhere. You got to come. It got to stop, bro.
So there are two things. Two things. First of all, I agree with you. Nowadays, it's a lot different. I can't tell you the number like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, with like white women that just give the police all kinds of hell, man. It's like, what in the world's going on?
And they don't get beat up, though.
It's like, yeah, I know. Hey, they don't. Most of the time they get tickets and stuff. You know, they'll pile on the tickets and things like that. But anyway, but you made a great point when you're talking about the old police officer. I got a police officer that I don't even know where that fool's at now. He may be dead by now. It's been so long ago. But I was driving around town, man, and I was busting windows with the two 18-inch speakers I had in the back of the car, man.
Oh, you slapped.
And I tell you, I remember because the fool confiscated my tape. It was before they used it on cops, but you remember the Bad Boys, whatever that was, right?
Yeah.
And this was before they ever used it for the cops TV show. But I was driving around, man, and I know I was over no doubt I was over the noise ordinance. I could literally break windows with that thing. And he pulled me over and didn't give me a ticket or nothing, but he took my tape, fool. And and I never got it back. And I never even complained. I was like, well, that's better than a ticket. He took my tape, that $5 tape or whatever it was, versus, getting a $100 ticket. Like, okay. But, there's a difference between that. And another way is, you said community earlier. And this is something that I preached for a long time. And I wish, Lord, I don't know that it would make a difference. I don't know that it would. But once upon a time, law enforcement officers come up and lived in the communities that they policed. That ain't right. Nowadays, you got law enforcement officers that work 2-3 counties over and stuff, right? Not just the next city over or something. They live, miles and miles and miles away. They ain't got no clue about the people in their cities. And my county is one of the least populated counties in Texas. Well, I'm going to take that back. There's counties out in West Texas far, but as far as this area anyway, right? Really wooded and really rural. The biggest city we got in this county is like 15 or 17,000 people, right? So my interactions, at least here in the county with law enforcement, even nowadays, is similar to that, right? Because it's small town, right? They know everybody. They may live in one city and work in another, but they run into them in the grocery store, the hardware store, whatever. I mean, they know everybody, right? And so, I think law enforcement needs to move more to that direction, to where instead of just bringing in, people that are miles away and all this, I mean, they need to give preference to, all right, well, we've got this area, and we need to fill these spots for law enforcement officers. Well, who do we got application for? Oh, we got, we got 2 people here that, they grew up in that area, or they went to school in that area, growing up, whatever, or they live in that area, right? That's the people you need on the street, because, otherwise, somebody said out there that law enforcement's afraid of black men. I mean, ain't no doubt that that's the case in a lot of areas, but I think being a law enforcement officer, regardless of color, I couldn't imagine, man, rolling up on a random vehicle and walking up. I don't care what color they are. I don't know. I'm around here. There's a meth head trailer park 4 miles down the road full of white trailer trash people. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine rolling up on one of those fools on a traffic stop, right? So, I think being scared, period, is a problem. But I think if you knew that, right? So if I was policing this area, I would know that, okay, that's the white meth head trailer trash trailer park, but for the most part, they just want to shoot up and get high. You know what I mean? They're not dangerous people, even though they may look that way, and they may drive vehicles that'll make you think that. And I would know that. So I wouldn't be as scared, I guess, interacting with those people. But you don't see that. And a lot of the reason I think you don't see that is the pay that most of those suckers get. I mean, it's horrible.
It's horrible. I'm just saying,
go ahead,
a lot of these cops they're like gypsy cops, and what I mean by that is they get hired in this department. They do stuff they're not supposed to be doing. They get fired. Then another department hires them. Right. Why are they able to get another job? And then they have that job for a while. They do stuff they're not supposed to do. They get fired and they get hired through another town, and they just bounce around, causing chaos wherever they go. And it's not like one rogue cop. It's a lot of cops.
Yeah, that's how police unions and everything work. There definitely needs to be some reform. The same thing with teachers. You see the exact same thing with teachers.
Oh yeah.
Every cop, it should be mandatory that every cop has to have a camera on them, and they should not have the ability to turn it off.
To stop it. Listen. In the beginning, I remember this emphatically. Listen to me. When body cams first came out, it was designed. The very first body cam was designed. For only the supervisor could download their video. Once it's activated until the call is off. Once the call is clear, the cam go off 15 minutes after the call is clear. It's the same way it is when they turn on their Waylands. When they turn on their Waylands, this pre body cam, when they turn on their Waylands, they radio used to record. And you'll see police be like, when they don't want you to say something, and they be like, no point at the mic, because it's recorded because they turned on their Waylands. Until they clear that call, it don't cut out. Once they turn on their Wayland and they get a call and they dispatch and their Wayland go on, or they step out their car, it should come on. It should come on. Whenever they step out their car, I don't care if you're using tape or not. Step out that vehicle, that body cam should come on. That body cam shouldn't have no 5-minute wait so you can't hear what's going on before a 30-second dead zone. No, it should be instantly. I need to hear what you're talking about. Ain't no, when you talking, you're a public servant. Ain't nothing private about what the hell you talking about.
Why you on the clock? Record. Right. Yeah.
Why you on that clock? Everything that you say, if you up there saying, hey, I'm over here pulling over OG Tank, I can't stand Tank, you know I'm fucking his wife. And I just want to harass him because I'm fucking his wife. No, I need to hear that. Because that's context to what you're doing. I need to know all the context of what you're doing to let me know what decision that you made.
And that eliminates the blue line.
Thank you. And that blue line shit is a desecration of the United States flag. And that's federal code. It is law. It is a law written about desecrating the flag. Anybody with that blue line.
Let's be fair. That's the red line with the fire department and the green line with the military.
I don't give a damn.
Same way if you're talking flag code. No, I'm saying same way with flag code. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
But I'm talking about the blue wall, the blue line, the blue wall.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying right here. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care if you're a firefighter. I don't care if you're a green. I don't care if it's for breast cancer. Let me tell you something. Don't touch that flag. That flag should be red, white, and blue.
Yep.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Don't use that as a symbol of nothing. Because if you really look at it, it's gangbanging. You got red, the firefighters is the Bloods, and you got blue is the Crips. It's gangbanging. People, man, my people put a flag on their head just to go outside, a bandana, and you go to jail. Same thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you because the American flag is a symbol. And when we start messing with it, we're messing with the symbol and what, the American flag means a lot of things to different people. To me, it means hope. It means this country could be great. We may have a long ways to go, but it's the thought of what this country was formed to be. You know what I'm saying?
This is still the greatest country on the planet, dude.
Yeah, I don't care too much.
I don't
care too much about the visualizations. Like you said, like that red, white, and blue actually stands for something, right? There's principles behind it. And so, I would say the desecration is when you don't live up to the principles, right? It doesn't matter what color you got on or whatever. But listen, like it's the principles. You could have that on and still not be doing the right thing and still be desecrated.
It's a law. Yeah. The point that I'm making is it is a law not to desecrate. To do anything to the flag is considered desecration. That is a federal law.
It's flag code. There's proper display, and a lot of people do. Well, tell you what ticks me off, and this is off subject in a way, but when people have their flags up, you drive by, whether it's a business, the bank, whatever, and those things are ripped and they're up there flying. Oh, I can't tell you the number of times I have taken a flag down like after hours, like go by the bank or something, and they got a flag up there and it's all ripped and
with no lights on it.
I will take it down, fold it, and I'll put it in their mailbox. Because it's like, fool, you ain't supposed to be flying no ripped up American flag. Take that, either fix it or take it down. And I tell you what, when I had my shop in town, I had a really nice flag that was given to me by some organization. I can't remember now. And, they're going to tear up. They flap in the wind. And I had my wife repair it every time. Because you can repair a flag. You don't have to take it down if it's ripped up. You can repair it. And oh man, it looked cool when my wife would repair it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had several people that got butthurt over that sometimes. They're like, that flag is, you need to. I'm like, it can be repaired. I said, I think it looks cool repaired,
Right. And so, like, I'm just saying though, that's my thing. And
people like to put themselves in boxes. You know what I mean?
Right. And
so whether it's blue line, red line, white, black, Asian, whether it's gay or straight, or whether it's liberal or conservative or Democrat or Republican, everybody likes their little damn boxes that they check. Like, it's like, screw the boxes. I don't like boxes. If you press me to say one way or another, I'll tell you probably what I closest align with or whatever it might be, right? But at the end of the day, who freaking cares? Like, who cares? We're all individuals. We're all humans. Mm-hmm. The whole point of this country was we come here, and that's the other thing is, like, liberty and freedom is dangerous. It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You can go out right now, strap on a little backpack, go up 17,000 feet in a plane and jump out, and nobody's gonna stop you.
Right.
You got the freedom to do. You got the freedom to do that. Dangerous. As dangerous as that is, you got the freedom to tie a rope around your feet and jump off a bridge. How crazy is that when you think about it, right? It's like, I ain't doing that. Ain't no way. But you know what? I don't want a law stopping somebody else from doing it if that's what they want to do.
Right. I mean, that's just part of it, right? The freedoms are in danger, can't be divided, right? Just like rights and responsibilities. People will try to talk on one side of those and never talk on the other side. Like, you have to talk about it, all together, all that's canon. Like,
yeah. And whenever you have, when
I say, hey, Bug, you have a right. Realistically, what I'm also saying is that you also have a responsibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If I say, Bug, you got a right to defend yourself, what I'm telling you is, don't look at me to come save your ass.
And you're also saying, with the
I could do that if I decide to, but it's not my responsibility.
And also with the responsibility, and this is a thing that goes against human nature. I mean, humans are typically pretty violent. we're emotional. We got all of these things, right? It's the human element. But the other thing is, when you have freedom, when you have liberty, there are people that are going to use their freedom and liberty, right, to infringe on somebody else. Yes. That's at what point your freedom and liberty stops. If you use that, right. We were talking about using your power for good or bad, right? It's the same way. Are you using your freedom and liberty for good or for bad? If you're using it for bad, it stops. You don't have it no more. Right. Because you can do whatever you want to do with freedom and liberty. Right. You just can't keep somebody else from using theirs.
People want to argue.
That's the line. That's where the line's at. And if people would, for years we've had these court cases go up and all this legislation. We need to get back to, hey, you let me do what I want to do as long as I leave you alone, right? And you can go do whatever you want to do as long as you leave me alone.
Right.
That's simple.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say this here, like, what I'm gonna go backwards on this one because I had wanted to say this, but the conversation I steered away from. But I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna jump back forward. It go back to when they said police don't live in their neighborhood. Let me tell you what kept police grounded in their neighborhood. It was this deputy. He was a Cattle Parish sheriff deputy. We called him TL. It was my homeboy Ramon Clark uncle. TL lived in the hood. He lived in the projects. It was called P Street Projects on the Cook Road. TL lived the whole length of his sheriff career. But you know what that he by him living in the neighborhood, it checks and balances. Because guess what? If the officer live in the neighborhood, he can't go around doing all that crazy stuff. Right. Because people bring it to your door. So it gives an incentive for him to do right because people know you live. They can put their hands on you. But if you give somebody that stay in Plano, he live in Plano, but he work in North Dallas. Don't nobody know he stay. Oh, he gonna cut up. Because guess what? When he go to the store, you're not gonna run into him. You know, you're not gonna run into him. Y'all never be in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
But when you got to be in the same place at the same time, it makes you use your brain. And that's when that common sense that's not so common come into play. Yeah. Now, to come back forward, people should be able to do what they want to do. Like, I'm going to tell you two things that I hate. Seatbelt law. I feel like if you want to die, that's on you. You just took somebody's right to fly through a windshield. Now, should you make it mandatory for kids? Yeah, I can see that. But a grown person shouldn't have to wear a seatbelt because somebody else died in it, but I didn't die in it. That's just like this mask. It makes the same sense with this mask. You're going to make me wear a mask because of something that y'all let loose. That y'all created in the lab and y'all let loose, but I got to wear a mask to protect me because you put something in there. No, you should have that's the point of freedom. Free to do something what you want to do and take the responsibility that go with that freedom. You know what I'm saying? I have a freedom to tote this firearm. If I pop somebody and I'm out of line, I go to jail. That's that freedom that go with me and the responsibility that go with this firearm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So freedom ain't free.
Dangerous freedom over, was it peaceful slavery? Isn't that what
peaceful slavery?
Benjamin Franklin or somebody said?
Dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that's how it is now.
I'll use a lot of people like to use the First Amendment. You're not allowed to scream fire in a movie theater. Yes, you are.
Actually, you are. Yeah. Legally, you are.
I can stand up and scream fire. And if nobody does anything, it's perfectly fine. If I stand up and scream fire and everybody panics and they rushing out that door and some small child falls down and everybody steps on that, kills it, then I'm getting charged for manslaughter because I caused chaos. I should be able to own any gun I want to, as long as I don't take that gun and go into a grocery store and use it in a bad way. I should be able to own any gun. Our freedoms and our rights do not have limitations. You know, our president says you couldn't own back in the day, you couldn't own a cannon. Yes, you could.
Yes, you could. You still can.
That's been misproved so many times.
Yeah. So there is literal documents. You can look these documents up on the internet. There's literal documents where people owned warships, not cannons, warships.
Warships. Right. And they annexed the warships for the war. For the Civil War.
They said, hey, we need your warships. Can we use your warships? You know, yeah, absolutely. Pirates, they use those you're in Louisiana, you know pirates, Gene Lafitte and all them probably all too well. You know, pirates, they use pirate ships, man. It's like, hey, we need some help over here, you know? So people had crap like that.
People had crap like that. And I feel like you still should be able, because let me tell you something. The NFA Act and all that, the GSA came in 86, but the NFA came for prohibition. But think about what they said. They made it illegal to have a full automatic weapon, but who was buying full automatic weapons? 2% of the population, not the whole population. When what was it? What was they call it? Act? The Prohibition Act was repealed.
Yeah,
because people didn't comply. It wasn't because they went in there. People didn't comply.
People do it out in open. People say, I don't care.
They just got tired of them and said, fuck this. I'm going to drink this drink. Fuck a speakeasy. I'm going to do this. I don't care.
Right.
Whatever. You know?
Yeah.
When they repealed it, the NFA should have been repealed.
Well, you got to be careful with that example in firearms. And I'm just bringing this up for the sake of conversation because when they did that, they also went into alcohol heavily being taxed and regulated and stuff. So, you know, alcohol is not an arm and it's not in the Second Amendment and it's not a constitutional guarantee. So I get where you're going with it, but just be careful with that argument because it is different. We're talking about with the Second Amendment, you know, that's protected. Yeah.
People don't realize.
And I don't get how they don't see that. It's like, how do you not see shall not be a friend?
But Clover, that actually tracks with weed now, right? That the same exact arguments have been used for weed.
Now, that's a direct correlation. The war on drugs. The war on drugs is about money. Let's be honest.
Yep. Let's be honest. Reagan with the bullshit. Reagan figured out a way to make some money, and then while he was fighting the war, you had government entities importing cocaine to buy guns for Nicaragua. So they contradicted themselves. The war on drugs,
always does.
And the fact that weed is even on a federal narcotics list is
retarded.
With everything else that's on there it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
We got OxyContin, we got all these other hard things that are
worse than cocaine.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If somebody wants to recreational use any of that whenever they want it, to me it ain't no different than drinking alcohol on the weekend, right? And it's that whole idea of dangerous liberty. Go right ahead. But it's like, really, if we're gonna start classifying drugs, it's like, really, you're gonna put weed in with the other? Really, that makes no sense. I mean, that makes no sense at all.
Listen, weed is the only. I'm gonna say this, real deal. Weed is the only drug that you overconsume it just will knock your highway.
Yeah,
you can get so high to if you keep smoking, it'll go away. You don't die. You can't OD off of it. So how the hell? I mean, you can't even get weed toxins that kill you.
Yeah. The biggest thing with why they got to stick up their crawl, I think, with weed is unlike a lot of the other drugs. Weed is pretty readily available. It's pretty easy to grow. It's pretty easy to get. It's pretty, and I think that's why it's a stick in their crawl.
No, the reason why it's a stick in the crawl, because back in the 20s or the 30s,
I'm gonna see
it. Weed is so natural and so good for your body. It's ridiculous, and there's so much you can do. I mean, the corporations started the campaign. Corporations started calling it marijuana. What does marijuana stand for? It's a Mexican word meaning dirt weed.
Yeah,
and then they came out and said, well, only black jazz players smoke weed. They're going to rape. They're going to rape, and they're going to kill your family. And they put this so negative
connotation
on it, and then they kept campaigning to become illegal. That's the only reason, because corporations was losing money because people were making the cotton industry was losing money because they were making clothes out of hemp. The pharmaceutical was losing money because they were using it for cures and stuff. It's all tied to money. It's all tied to money.
And real deal, I'm gonna piggyback on that because I got an uncle that's a famous jazz musician. I got a great uncle that's a famous jazz musician, and over the years, as it come down, my aunt Augusta, she was born in 1908, and I used to talk to her a lot, and she died. I said Aunt Augusta died in 87. My Aunt Augusta used to always tell me they made weed illegal because the black musicians, the music, music is tranquil, and music bring people together and put you in a vibe, and they'll get in a vibe and they'll smoke weed with these white women, and these black men was having sex with these white women, and it pissed some people off. So they was like, hell no, they're not going to be screwing these women, and people having a good time, and they couldn't stand it. You didn't want to participate because of your ideology. So I'd be damned if they do it. I don't want to do it, but I'd be damned if you do it. And that's how weed became illegal. And like I said, I got a famous jazz uncle that went to jail numerous times behind smoking weed. And really, it wasn't even the weed. It was because he was with that white woman. They beat him to death several times. Real talk.
Yeah.
And that's the history that people don't talk about. That's part of the history they don't talk about. And, that's Louisiana. That's New Orleans, the 30s and the 40s, like that's real. Back then, people don't understand. Louisiana was something else. And then I look at, I'm going to jump subjects again. Crime. Everybody wonder why a lot of stuff going up. But think about all the immigrants we let in this country.
You're right.
They stopped all the Haitians and the Cubans from coming in, but you let all these Iraqis, you let all these Ukrainians, you got all these influx of people with their culture. And it's like, the perfect example, Hurricane Katrina. When all them people were displaced, them people recreated their environment in other cities. So what you think when you let people from a whole nother country and a whole nother culture, what they're going to do?
When they're not coming here, when they're not coming here, so there was a disconnect, right? So you know, the whole Statue of Liberty, give me your tired, give me your huddled masses, you know, that sort of thing, right? So what a lot of people don't understand, a big flux of immigrants, when you're talking about, you know, especially European, right? Let's think about World War I, World War II, Jews, Irish, you know, German, whatever, you know, they got displaced. Those people, for the most part, they came into a similar culture, right? Similar. And they also come in, the vast majority of those people were educated in some way, right? In other words, they opened restaurants, they opened, you know, they went to work. A lot of Germans went to work as engineers. I mean, think about the atomic bomb, and you know, it was Jews and Germans basically that created that Manhattan Project, right? Look at the German and Jewish names of that.
But that was from World War II when we won the war, and then we stole all their scientists.
Well, yeah, but there was, what I'm saying is there was educated people that come over, that they weren't coming over. And even prior to that, immigrants were coming to America for the liberty and the freedom to be individuals and pursue their dreams and do what they wanted to do, right? They were being, whether they were escaping hard times or they were escaping the inability to pursue their dreams. That's why they came. A lot of the illegal immigration nowadays, well, if it was legal, you know, the people that want to come here, they want to come here to work. They want to come here for an educational purposes. They want to, there's an immigration process to make that happen. And those people, regardless of where they're coming from, are coming for those reasons, right? The people that are coming here illegally, they're escaping bad times, no doubt, right? But they're not coming here with an overall goal of creating a better life. They're like, we're going to come here and see what happens. They have no plan, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's like me moving to another state. I'm like, why would I move to another state unless I had a job lined up? It's like, okay, well, rent's cheaper over there, or land's cheaper over there, or the pay is better over there, or there's some kind of plan behind that, or otherwise I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
And Bug mentioned, you know, Katrina. Like, I was on the ground. I drove for Yellow Cab at that time, and I was still living in the Cliff at the time, right on 67 in Redbird. You know what I'm saying? So I was right in the middle of it. And
he was in the middle of it.
I was in the middle of it because I was a transportation provider. So yeah, I was taking people from Dallas South Greyhound, taking them where they need to go, taking them down to the convention center, because you know a lot of people got housed at the convention center or whatnot. So I was in the midst of it, hearing the stories or whatnot. But you know, because I also lived in the community, I mean, and this is not an exaggeration. Literally overnight, the culture in Oak Cliff, which was already, I mean, Oak Cliff, we already know historically, changed. It became New Orleans and Dallas. The worst parts came together overnight.
And then they did this.
It was a war zone for 2 years. Until all, you know, it was a straight, like, that's when I decided to finally move out the Cliff. I was like, this is just too crazy. Like, I can deal with the Cliff, but I can't deal with this.
Nah, this new Cliff.
It's
like North Dallas.
Yeah.
North Dallas did the same thing. And see, like I told everybody, people didn't believe me. I said, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from the top. That's the bottom. I used to go to the bottom every summer, just to go visit. When that money ran out, it got real. When they turned off the FEMA money, it got real. Because see, when the FEMA money was on, people was comfortable. But when people had to get out and get jobs.
Well, if you remember, it took a while for the FEMA money even start flowing. It took like 5 or 6 months. So,
but think about it.
That
5 or 6 months, you remember?
It was real then too.
But think about it. See, that first wave, they didn't have their guns because it was still flooded down there.
Right.
But see, when that flood rescinded, because I tell people quick, I had a gun that came from Hurricane Katrina, was up on the water for 3 months, AK, and it still functioned to this day. Just had to knock a little rust off of it. When them boys went back home and started getting their guns, because at first Dallas people was messing over them people. Then that's when the war started and they got bad. I mean, it was horrible. And if you experience it, it's like if people in Chicago, when they tore down the projects and they start sending people from the projects to the suburbs, you change in environments, things get bad. Now you got people that for years, they don't even know why they hate each other. Now they're in the same neighborhood. What you think gonna happen? So now you get all these immigrants and you let these people, and I'm going to be honest with you, majority of the immigrants that's coming across the
Dallas
border right
PD
now
and Dallas County, they just threw their hands up. They was like, ain't nothing we could do. We just gonna let it play out the way it play out. It was a little war zone.
It was war zone. And now you got all these people coming in the country. And think about it. The best of the people is not coming in this country.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And then think about it. Criminals from other countries are totally different than our criminals. Because guess what? Our jail to them is a hotel.
Yeah.
When you go to jail across the seas, like I seen the jail in Mexico. Hell no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I go sit in loose stereo before I go to a Mexican jail.
Man, what man? I sit in loose stereo with my own. I used to have this attitude in loose stereo. Oh, I got more money. I got more time than money. I'll go up there and sit 3 days to pay out $3,000 traffic tickets. I didn't give a damn. Now I'm to the point now that my body ain't built for that. I'm built for a Tempur-Pedic bed to where they say, you finna go to jail. Oh, can I swipe this card?
Right.
I bugged out at booking. What fine? Pay the fine. Screw the bell, but swipe.
But they ain't got my sleep number in there.
Man, they don't got my sleep number in there. I can't sleep on that floor no more. I used to sleep on that hard concrete like it was that. It's cold as hell. Y'all on that concrete.
Yeah, I've been on that concrete. Yeah.
Eating that nasty bologna sandwich that somebody been playing with their personals, and they made this bologna that's green, and the bread got mold on it.
I wasn't gonna eat none of that. Yeah.
Hey man, you stay in there 3 days, you'll eat it. You get tired.
I was in there. I was in there 4 days. I ain't shit. Got out got me a pizza.
See, you had a good constitution. 3 days was my limit.
the county jail here, I kid you not, 3 meals a day. They rotate going to Taco Bell, McDonald's.
Yeah, they probably go out and get something for you. Yeah,
Sonic. Yeah, 3 meals. Yeah. That's the county jail here. But yeah, 3 meals a day come from literally a fast food restaurant. They don't even have a kitchen or anything there.
Hey, look.
And I can't even eat that 3 meals a day. I can't afford it. You know what I mean? But I can go to county jail, and I can, I'm gonna go get in trouble for a week just so I can eat fast food for a week. What you talking about?
I live out here in Keller now. They probably got like a gourmet chef in their jail or something.
Hey, look, I went to jail in University Park. I'm in University Park, y'all. I stayed in about 3 days.
They got a French chef.
Listen what they tell me. I'm in the jail. These people say, don't nobody stay here more than 30 minutes to an hour. Like, they bummed out. Not I got more time than money. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up in there, me and the other black chick. Look, this is how small their jail is. They had one cell here and one cell here. And they got cameras.
One for the men and one for the women.
If you look on the side, you can see through that hole. It was this chick, girl, I don't know your name, but if you see this live, get in touch with me because there was a nice view. I appreciate you for that. You got me through my 2 days. But it was this chick next to me, bro, and the camera. We used to look through the camera. They used to feed us this restaurant in University Park called Bubbles. It is awesome. And I'm going to plug them. Y'all go check them out. They're University Park. It's good. Bubbles. Man, I ate their breakfast sandwich, and it was beautiful. I mean, their lunch was delicious because they fed you twice. That's only. They didn't feed you 3. They fed you twice. But it was so good that I was like, damn. But then when I got out and figured out what they paid for their breakfast and lunch, I was like, God, man. Woo! Man.
So
yeah, bro.
So you brought up crime earlier, and so I want somebody to explain me something if they can. So the new thing where the ATF going after the 80% and all that, right? They're saying redefining what's a receiver, and you got to have a serial number on all this stuff because we got to deal with crime. And here's their reasoning now. Tell me how this makes sense. So crime is high. We got to stop crime. And the way we're going to stop crime is put serial numbers on guns so we can track them when the crime is committed. Well, how does that work? How does you stop a crime if crime has to happen for you to get the serial number for you then to track it to then catch the person that you're not stopping crime. You're just catching a criminal. It's pointless.
Okay. And that's let me say this. That's when people that the judges and somebody in the DOJ that was hired, they're supposed to have common sense, but I told y'all common sense is not common. You're supposed to look at that and say that's the dumbest shit on God's green earth. Because how do you make it? Now you just made what's a fundamental right to American people to make their own firearm into a crime. Because I didn't allow you to put a number on it.
Yeah. To try to stop, to try to prevent crime, which you admittedly say by saying we're able to track that gun if a crime is committed, you admit that it doesn't stop crime.
Because the whole system is set up. The whole system is not. They take ATF should be going over criminals. They're not going after criminals. They're going off a law-abiding citizens because the agenda is not to stop crime. The agenda is to take everybody's guns away from us. Because once they take away our guns, there goes all our amendments. Without the Second Amendment, there is no other amendment. Right. And so the goal is not to make us safe. The goal is not to stop people getting killed. The goal is to take our guns from us so they can control us. And all the rest of it is just smoke and mirrors. And when they go on TV and they say all this, and I'm going to throw out the word liberal, it makes the liberals feel all warm and fuzzy, and my government's doing something, and I feel so much better. And we're going to fight this crime. They're not fighting crime. They're trying to take our guns from us so they can control us. And that's their agenda. And that's always going to be the agenda. And it doesn't matter if it's a Republican in the White House or if it's a Democrat or whatever. The agenda is to take away our power, take away our guns so they can control us. I always tell people want Congress to pass laws. And I say, why do you want Congress to pass law? Every law they pass takes the right from you.
Yeah, right.
Yep, because it's hid in the back package. It's hidden like that stimulus bill. People don't realize all the red flag laws and all that stuff they put in there. They put it, man.
But yet during COVID, when the gun sales went up, skyrocketed out the roof. Honestly, I don't think it was the clovers and the bugs and the tanks of the world buying. Like we had already been buying guns. Like we either already had what we needed, or we was like, no, we're not gonna pay $1,200 for that Glock. Who was the ones in the lines, paying $1,500 for a Glock? It was them
people they own a gun.
It was new people. It was new people, which is a beautiful thing, but it was new people that didn't know any better. They didn't know that I ain't paying that. I ain't paying that kind of money for that.
Well, they were like, I'll pay $1,500 for a Sky because I want to protect my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was the people that would be, the people in here or the people in the 2A community that were the ones lining up to do that. Like, I just don't believe that.
Yeah. And you'll hear shortly, and I'm already starting to see it. You're starting to see a bunch of new used guns.
Always.
I'm buying them.
Always.
Because they feel safe again. They feel safe again, so they don't need their guns anymore.
This time was really weird. Okay, so I've lived through a bunch of these type scenarios, right? Where you got the ups and downs and people, panic buying and scares and all that. So I can remember 2013. Man, I cleaned up in the revolver game in 2013, right? Like there were people that were selling their Smith & Wesson revolvers for like $300 because they were trying to get the money to go buy a Glock because it's 2013 hit. They're going to take away semi-autos and they're going to do all this. I need my AR-15. I need my Glock. I need this. I got this Smith & Wesson revolver. I cleaned up on nice revolvers and lever action guns and stuff like that, right? Dude, you can't buy a revolver now. Like there's a run on revolvers right now that you would not believe. Like companies can't keep up. And it's like, I'm a little pissed off because I'm like, I'd be buying revolvers right now, if it was 2013, and I can't buy none.
Yeah. And look, I'm going to throw this out there, and you tell me what you guys think about this. So we keep having all these mass shootings, right? We had Sandy Hook. We had all different varieties, right? But yet, so let me step back. So during 9/11, right, the planes hit the two towers, right? Bush passed the Patriot Act, and we all cheered because it was going to keep us safe. And what did that do? It took away our freedoms. It took away. Now they can take us and say you're a terrorist. We can throw you in a hole, and your rights don't have anything to do with you anymore. But we all cheered for it, and we all wanted it. My philosophy is we keep having these different mass shootings, different varieties, because they haven't figured out the special formula that we're willing to give up our guns and let them pass extreme gun laws. Do you guys?
That's what it is.
Well, I mean,
you guys feel the same way, or do you think
that's what it is?
Tinfoil hat.
Well, I also think that's and I'll put that a little bit off on us right now, right? Because I mean, with this latest Buffalo shooting, right? That's you could already see the screws starting to turn and whatnot. But I think there's a failure on a sensible gun owners, which I'll put everybody, maybe except for Bug in that group, to just speak factually about it. Like that situation would have been better prevented uh, by everybody having a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we don't have that real conversation,
Yeah, at least
and
at least
make those
somebody.
points known, like then it's we can talk about a narrative, but when there's nothing, when there's no counter to it, it's not really that much of a narrative, right? Like it's
The entire the entire universe is a balance, right?
right.
It's like, look at, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. That's physics, dude. Like that's Brainiac, Einstein, Newton, scientist stuff right there, right? That's not philosophy, but it also could go to philosophy. It means the same thing, right? And so we need that. If the action is somebody creating evil, right? We need the same type will, the same type person, the same type armament, or whatever it might be,
to fight that evil,
to counter that. We need that equal and opposite reaction. But here's, I get a couple things to unpack with that. The first thing is, I understand a little bit of why people say, arming everybody's not the answer. Well, I agree with that, because if I was in that grocery store, talked about this a bunch of times, and I was toward the back of the store with my family, and I hear pop, pop, pop going off, and I'm at the back of the store that's going off at the front, I'm out the back door, Jack. Like, if there's a place for me to get out, I'm getting out. I'm not engaging. So there was a person with a gun in that store that does no good, right?
Right.
And so if you look at it from that angle, I get it. Well, odds are, if it's allowed, which is stupid that you got to say if it's allowed, because it's a constitutional right, right? If it's not infringed upon is what we should say. If it's not infringed upon, then odds are there'd be somebody at the front of the store that could have responded, right? There'd be more than just that one. So we got to realize that even though somebody may have a gun, they may own a gun, they may carry a gun, they may train with a gun, that doesn't mean that they're going to use that gun and engage, because that deals with their personal philosophy, just how their scenario's been set up. They're going to deal with that. And then the other thing that you hear a lot of the people that maybe were on the fence, or maybe they were a little bit on the gun grabber side of things right now, or pissed off because this fool was sent to a mental hospital and stuff, and was still able to buy a gun. Well, you know what that tells me? That tells me that the laws we got now don't work.
Right.
That they're not enforcing them, or there's a problem with the laws we got now. Now, we can debate all day long whether they don't work, which is what I think, or whether they're not being enforced properly, or maybe they're not being enforced properly on purpose. You ever think about something like that? I mean, that's when you really start getting down a conspiracy road with that. Like, they knew this guy was going to snap, and they didn't care,
Yep. And they said that the police stopped him from committing suicide. They should have let him blow his damn brains out. Maybe all these people wouldn't have died.
Well, within 24 hours, I seen an interview with the owner of the gun store there in upstate New York. It wasn't directly in Buffalo. I think it was in one of the surrounding counties that sold the weapon to him, or one of the weapons to him, or whatnot. And they would, the reporter was trying to, guilt trip the gun store owner, but he filled out a 4473. It ran. It came back like no flags. He sold it to him. Like, I don't put that off on that FFL like at all. Like that's why
maybe
as much as I hate that we have a 4473 process, that's what it's there for. Like,
so maybe if so, I'll tell you where that scenario could apply. And I don't know anything about personal relationships or anything else with surrounding that. But let's say that I'm having like major mental issues, right? Like in my local gun shop owner, him and I are friends, right? So let's say he knows my wife's left me, whatever the case may be, I'm battling depression and all of this other stuff. And I'm not already a gun owner, right? If I'm already a gun owner, the whole background check to get another gun is stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. Once you have one, you can commit suicide. You can commit heinous crimes with it. You can do whatever with one. So once you have one, what difference does it make if you have 1 or 300? Right? This is the whole, when they go off on, he had an arsenal. It's like, okay, you can only shoot one at a time. So what difference does it make? whether or not he has an arsenal. Oh, he has, X number of thousand rounds. Okay, you can only fit so many in a magazine. You can only carry so much on your person. What difference does it make, right? But let's say that that's the case, right? I've never owned a firearm before, right? But me and the gun shop owner's friends. Let's say he knows me from church, right? He knows me from whatever. I work in the supermarket, whatever the case may be, right? I know he owns the local gun shop. He knows me, and he knows that I'm having these personal issues, right? And I go in, and he doesn't have that conversation with me or anything else. He just sells me a gun, right? And I go home, and maybe I off myself, maybe I off my family, maybe whatever the case may be, right? At that point, because FFL dealers do have the discrepancy to pull the plug on the sale for no reason other than the whole no shirt, no shoes, no service, right? Type thing. Right. Just because it doesn't smell right to them or whatever the case may be. So in that situation, but it took me 5 minutes to explain where I'm going with this. That's a very small situation. I don't think that happens very often, if at all. And I don't think this is one of those cases. So I agree with you. Totally not on that guy. Be like somebody going into Walmart, and of course with a pocket knife, which is really stupid. With a pocket knife, you have to be 16 or older, but you can be a 4-year-old and buy a machete. Explain to me how that's even a thing.
Yeah, that's.
But I could go in Walmart and buy a machete and then walk out in the parking lot and start hacking up people. Is it Walmart's fault?
No.
It ain't their fault what I did when this whole blame game.
But them great value machetes, they the quality ain't too good.
Oh Lord, I know that's no self-respecting murderer in his right mind would use a Walmart machete. I hear you.
Listen, they can't even cut.
Please go to Target and get your machete.
Right.
Shit. I'm sure you sharpen them and swing it 2 times, it's dull again.
I don't think Target even sells machetes. It's been so long since I ain't even been in a Target.
Harbor Freight.
Them people. Tell you what, Harbor Freight's some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah,
they decent. I done tore up a lot of their stuff too. So, but if you want anything torn up, just give it to me. I'm gonna find a way to break it.
Right.
But yeah. So when I said if more people having a gun in that situation would be better, I'm speaking to my audience right now. I'm really not a 2A advocate as much as I am a self-defense advocate, right? And there's different avenues for that. Some people just have an aversion towards guns or whatnot. That's fine. I'm not gonna win those people over. But if I can get people in the mentality of taking their defense of themselves, their self-defense of them and their loved ones, the responsibility of that, shifting it to them, then I'm good with that, whatever form that may look like. So for some people, it may be hand to hand. It may be some MMA type, Chuck Norris type shit. That's fine for me. And I assume everybody in here, that's a firearm. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the form that takes, as long as I can get you in that mentality, that's
all that matters.
We need to be. I'm gonna start carrying my sword around. That's what I'm gonna do.
I have friends in Austin who make swords like that are literally into that. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
People ask
you wouldn't want to get in tussle with them because they train in that kind of stuff. Like
right. Yeah.
I've had people ask me why I carry a gun. I tell them, I say, you know what? I don't ever want to take a life. A life is the most important thing a person will ever have. If you take a life, you're going to take everything that person has and everything he ever will have. I said, a life is the most important thing. You're only here once, but guess what? My life is more important than his.
To that point,
is the most precious thing I own and have. And if somebody
takes my
life, I'm going to take their life.
Right. I always say, like, if I'm forced to do it, like I will, and at that point, I won't have any regret. You know what I'm saying? Like
to that point about the sanctity of life, and I think that's a sociological problem that we've really dealt with in this country. And I know that people want to blame like violent video games for that. There are people that want to blame that. There are people that want to blame movies and TV, right, for that kind of stuff, desensitizing and things. I think, and I've said this for a while, I think that you may not be into hunting, but I think that if you truly want to get, and I'm not saying there's direct correlation or similarities between, hunting and having to put down a person, right? Not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that the stress levels, the emotions you deal with, some of that stuff can be the same, can be similar in nature, right? So if you're talking about self-defense, book yourself a hunting trip and go out and shoot a peaceful, beautiful deer and put that sucker down, right? And experience those emotions, and everything. And the hunters get a bad rap because I talk about shooting pigs and coyotes in the face all the time, right? And that sounds brash and that sounds callous, but it's funny. That's why I like to put it that way. But hunters do understand life. They understand they're ending a life, right? And so I think that's what's missing from some of the defensive training and other stuff. And so if it would be neat if somebody had like a defensive course where they did take their students out, on a pig hunt or, something like that, like experience actually ending a living, breathing life.
And see the last breath.
Yeah.
I would say hog hunting.
That last
deer
heartbeat.
hunting, yeah.
Now, flopping around on the ground, right? Bleeding out. Experience that sort of thing.
A rabbit. I took my grandbaby to shoot a rabbit. He shot the rabbit. He said, I shot the Easter Bunny.
Did you eat it?
Heart.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. If it
did he eat it? Did he eat it?
Listen, he feel like this. The dude don't want to, he don't want to shoot nothing now. That's not his thing. He'll shoot on the video game, but when it comes to them rifles, he don't want no part of it. Now, my little banana man, that's a different story.
Well, I do want to go hunting, but I have to go hunting with one of y'all because I'm vegetarian, so I ain't eating nothing. But I'll let y'all keep whatever.
Well, when I talk about shooting pigs and coyotes in the face, me and a lot of hunters get cross on this. That's not hunting. That's eradication. It's not really hunting, first of all.
Yep.
But those are nuisance animals. Are causing a problem.
Right.
That's population control. That's what that is, right? So and the vast majority, I'll be honest with you, the vast majority of my hunting, if you want to call it that, that's what it is. Now if I get the opportunity on a 90 to 100 pound or something, I'm not going to deal with anything too big. Sow, yeah, I'll load that sucker up, bring it home, and we'll put that dude in the freezer, ain't no doubt. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go out. I'm definitely not going to go hunting on any game animal that I'm not going to. I mean, one of two things: either I'm going to eat it or I'm going to skin it out, clean it, and give it to somebody I know that's going to eat it. Because I've done that before with squirrel hunting before, right? I went out and killed a mess of squirrel and then take some to my grandmother, grandfather, whatever the case may be before.
Made a hat out of it, right?
Yeah. And see, look, my thing is this here: if I take down an animal, it got to be ate, unless it's like you said, a nuisance. And what people don't understand is hogs are really nuisance, and they destroy the land.
Billions of dollars a year. Billions.
Destroy farmland. Look, bro,
folks will pay you to come hunt them.
Yeah, and this is the whole thing though. They're like cows. They're not native to this land.
Oh no,
they're not native. That's why they don't have an enemy to
they're
keep them in check.
Species. Right.
Yeah, it's invasive species, man. Yeah. Somebody came over here and brought them from
just like a zebra mussel.
Well, it goes further than that. So you're right. They were all brought in from other places. You do have a little influence from Arkansas Razorbacks. But what was happening is when Texas was starting to be settled, you had pigs that were brought in from South America. They were brought in from, and a pig and a jabalina, talking about West Texas and South Texas, two totally different things. But, pigs were brought in from all over the place, brought in from Europe, brought in from South America, brought in from various places when Texas was being settled. When the Spanish came through, and Texas started having that, pre-Texas Revolution era and all this, the Spanish burned down houses and busted down fences on farms and all kinds of stuff. And that's why you can go out now in Texas and you see a herd of wild pigs, and one of them's all spotted, looks almost like he's from old McDonald's farm, and the other one looks like a almost like a bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right, right.
And they're all different colors, and they're all different. And the reason is because you're right. None of them were native, and all of these thousands and thousands and thousands of pigs were let loose back in the Texas, Revolution era, back in those days, and they've just bred and bred and bred and interbred and everything else. And when you talk about no natural predator and no natural diseases too is another thing, right? Well, the reason is, think about it. They were a mixture of so many different breeds, right? This is evolution. Like, evolution is a real thing, right? The whole idea of, whether God created man and talking about evolution that way, that's a whole theological discussion. But things evolve. Like, we evolve, animals evolve, nature evolves, things evolve. And that's what happened. It was a natural evolution of all those different breeds, interbreeding and everything else. And that's why pigs nowadays, these feral pigs are so tough. Is because they've got decades and decades of interbreeding, and the gene pool just working out the weak.
Hey, full disclosure, I have a pet pig that lives in my house.
Nice. One of the smartest animals out there.
Yeah, because listen, I figured this out hunting hogs down in Mount Vernon and just going all over Texas shooting at pigs. If you kill a pig in one spot, it's hard to kill them in this spot again. They adapt. That is the smartest animal. Like a deer is dumb. You can catch a deer, especially I've seen people hunt deer at night. They just get a spotlight and shine in their face. They just go.
Yeah,
man, but the pigs shine a white light, and them pigs see a white light.
The only way you can do it with lights. So I evolved when it was nighttime. Back in the day, lights was all we had. Night vision was uber expensive, and thermal wasn't even really a thing. I mean, thermal was an ungodly amount of money back in the day. But now I've evolved to thermal. I'm all thermal all the way. Screw the rest of it. But I learned real quick. I would take my lights, and back then we had Radio Shacks. I would go get some rheostat controls from Radio Shack, and I would wire my lights up. And I learned that you could turn the light up slowly on pigs, and they would never notice it. But if you just crank a spotlight on them, it's over. But you could take and turn that up, and it would what it does. Eventually I talked to other people that did the same thing. This is a theory we had, was that it was natural that way, like the moon rising or the moon coming out from behind a cloud, right? That slow. You've been out at night, you know what I'm talking about, how it slowly gets brighter outside, right? The sun coming up, right? That's a slow process. So if you slowly work that up, you can get it bright enough that you can take a shot. And that's how we used to do it back in the day.
It's like putting a frog in a pot of water. As long as you heat it up slowly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
He won't notice the change.
Yep.
But and so you thermal now, it ain't no such thing as some good cheap thermal.
Pulsar, man, best bang for the buck's Pulsar, without a doubt. Now you're looking probably 2,500 to $3,000, something like that. But I'm gonna tell you something. Once you go thermal, it's like it's unbelievable, and it'll end up being the best money you ever spent. I don't regret for a second any of my thermal stuff. Was it expensive? Did it take me forever to save up the money, or whatever? Yeah, absolutely. But best money spent.
Let me ask you a question. Is thermal different from night vision, or is it?
Yes. Night vision is dependent upon light, right? And a lot of people use infrared light to brighten up things with night vision. Thermal, it does not care one bit about light. Thermal detects heat. You can run thermal in 0% complete darkness and
still see.
Yeah.
And see.
Yeah, you got night vision. You go off on a cloudy night with night vision, you ain't seeing nothing.
You're in trouble.
You ain't seeing
unless you got a red light.
You've got some moonlight, and you can get by okay. And then you're gonna have to do an infrared. But here's the thing: is infrared. Got to realize we're humans, so we don't see the infrared light beam. But certain animals, their vision spectrum is different, right? So that's why you have different nanometer wavelengths of infrared light. So a lot of people that hunt with night vision, they don't understand the wavelengths and what light they need to use for what animal and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you're looking back, and I've done this before, I've turned on my night vision, the infrared on my night vision, and walked down range. Now I had the firearm obviously cleared and safety flagged and all of that, because I ain't standing down range in front of a gun otherwise. But and then look back down range, even at like 100 yards away from my gun, and I can see a faint red glow. You know what I'm saying? From that light. I don't see a beam, but I can see a faint red glow there at the light itself. So even though it's they say it's invisible to the naked eye, it's not really. Invisible. And for, like I said, for animals, it's not. Thermal lives completely in detected heat, so they ain't no light. And so run thermal, suppressed. They can't see you, they can't hear you. All you got to worry about is smell at that point.
I've been waiting for the gun from the movie Race with Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah.
Man, that is a bad weapon. So I'm gonna ask you this, Clover. Do you run your you run nods, or do you run
No, I run a scope, and then I've got a monocular. I spot with my monocular. Now, I started out with just a scope, and what I did not like about the scope, especially here in East Texas, we do a lot of stuff in pastures, right? Is your flagging cattle. And I don't like the idea. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the idea of flagging cattle. So eventually, and again, it goes back to saving. The crap ain't cheap. I got just a monocular, you know what I mean? Like a scope, a thermal scope, or well, it's not a scope because it don't have crosshair. You get what I'm saying? It don't go on a rifle. It don't go on a rifle. So I can scan with that. And then once I've picked up on them or whatever, then I'm, at least when I'm bring my rifle up, I'm in that general direction. You know what I mean? And I'm not scanning a pasture and flagging cattle and everything else, because you don't want to. And we've been accused of that a few times. Been out hunting that we shot somebody's cow or something like that. It's like, no, wasn't one of us, because that does happen.
And because I was Dermy just got him a new scope. He put it on top of his Galil. It's I think it's night vision. It might be thermal. I forgot. He paid like $700 for it. But
yeah,
he just put
thermal.
it on. Okay, so it's night vision.
Odds are it wasn't.
He put it on his Galil. He just bought a Galil Ace rifle for varmint hunting 5.56. And I was telling him I got nods, so I was like, I don't want my night vision or my thermals mounted on one single platform, because that means you got to flag people to see. You have to flag, and you put
again. That's why I've got monoculars. But yeah.
And
but so I mean, it's a different thing. So like, I get what you're saying, but in a straight up hunting environment, like if you're talking about, a warfare type scenario, I get you. I get where you're coming with it, but it's like, I don't. Yeah, with the hunting thing, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I've got, get your monoculars for your spotting, and then you're good to go. And ultimately, finger off the trigger, right? Utilize the safety. Don't even put a chamber in the round. I mean, there's ways that you mitigate, because a lot of people will go immediately to, well, flagging a person is bad, right? Well, there's 3 actions with firearm safety. It's and MAT is the acronym, MAT, muzzle, action, trigger. So obviously you don't want to flag somebody with the muzzle, but if the action is open and clear, and if your finger is off the trigger, what are the odds something's going to happen if you do flag somebody, right? Same way, let's go that around. If you're not pointing the gun at somebody, if your muzzle's not pointed in that direction, right? Then what's the big deal if you do pull the trigger, or what is the big deal if it is loaded, right? So any one of those reduces the chance of an accident to near 0, and in any 2, it's even lower. And then there's no way you're going to have an accident if you're doing all 3. So, yeah, it's just risk mitigation with that more than anything. Like I said, in a hunting scenario. Now, yeah, if you're, if we're playing the Red Dawn scenario and you're running through woods chasing Russians or some kind of something. I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean,
yeah,
I understand.
Well, you know, people. So you know the rules or whatever you want to say. You know, say never point a gun at something that you're not willing to destroy. But nobody ever finishes that sentence. The sentence is don't ever point a gun unless you're willing to destroy it until you checked it as unloaded.
Right.
You
right.
know?
People go to the absolute extreme with the gun safety. And here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you're never supposed to point a gun at somebody, or what's the other one? It's like always keep your finger off the trigger, always keep the action unloaded, or always whatever the case may be. Well, you know what? There's caveats to that because it's kind of hard to practice safe muzzle direction when you're cleaning a gun because you're literally running a ramrod, a cleaning rod down the barrel, so your hands obviously in front of it, and whatever. So, yeah, there's definitely caveats. The thing is, keep your finger off the trigger until you're on target and ready to fire. That type of thing. Keep that gun unloaded until you're ready to use it. But even in that case, like keep the gun unloaded until you're ready to use it. If you're talking about staging it for home defense, well, it's at the ready, right? So obviously it's going to be loaded. If you're carrying it, obviously it's ready. It's at the ready. So that again, that doesn't fall into the safety parameters. So, but those were designed more so. It's one of them things where grown-ups understand that for the most part. But the safety acronyms and all of that stuff primarily is for two things. I would say one related to the other, but I would say for people that are completely ignorant about firearms, those safety rules in their basic form do a great job. And then kids, obviously, right? Kids that are not experienced as well. The more you can dumb that down, the easier it is for those type people to understand. And that's what education's about. It's about reducing accidents. Not that accidents happen that often. I mean, what is it? I think it's like 300 maybe deaths a year from a firearm accident. Now, injury is a little higher than that, but I come from a world of 4-H shooting sports where there has never been even a firearm related injury, as far as somebody getting shot. There's never been a firearm related injury ever in 100 years or something of the program, with tens and tens and tens of thousands of kids a year participating in everything else. Never once. So, firearms are one of the safest things, and people don't. I get people that are scared of them and stuff like that. I get it. But let's be honest. Firearms are in the wrong hands, in uneducated hands, or hands meaning to cause evil or harm. Firearms are super dangerous. They're super harmful. They're super dangerous. That's why we practice safety. It's because firearms are a dangerous thing to be wielding. Same as a chainsaw or, a lot of other different things. They can be dangerous. And so that perception, right, I think helps with the safety aspect a lot of times, because people understand that, oh, these are dangerous. I need to be safe with them.
Right.
Well, gentlemen, I'm at work. I have to go do a round real quick. So I'm gonna jump off.
And that's what I was going to say, you guys. I'm going to get out. I'm going to close it out. I appreciate everybody coming through the chat. Y'all like, subscribe, hit the like button on the way out. They just called me to go to work. So I thought I was going to be off this weekend, but they hit me. They hit me before the 2 hours was up. They hit me before 2 o'clock. I had took the call while you guys was talking. I was like, when I said, and I like, they called me in, but it's all good.
Chase that money, man. Chase that money.
Tackleberry?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I look forward to meeting you down in Nashville. It should be a good time.
Oh, to the RGG meetup? No, I'm not going. I am
you're not going?
I am so not going. I have a wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had said I wasn't gonna go, but what I am trying to do, I'm trying to get in place and get everything, facilities and everything together. I'm trying to do a Bug Nation meetup. And I think the Gun Bros want to get in on it. I'm gonna make sure. But I know for sure I'm trying to get a Bug Nation meetup, and I'm trying to get venues I spoke with on the ETTS, but I'm about to get down and have a real conversation, and we have to work out some logistics. But I'm trying to do a Bug Nation meetup for the people in the surrounding area, 3 to 4 hour area. I'm trying to get that set up to where it's a local meet and greet, and if that goes good, then we'll set it up for something bigger, because I don't, Texas is huge. It's huge. And to be honest with you, Texas is the only state that you can drive 10 hours in each direction and still be in Texas.
Yeah.
Like,
European countries.
I'm serious. Like 10 hours is the only state it takes forever. I swear it takes from Dallas to get to El Paso. It takes forever. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're driving a truck that's going at 63 miles an hour. Even worse. But I digress. But I want to do something for the people that's in the 2 hour, 3 hour range, till we can do something, and I can set up something to where we can have range time. We can have we can eat dinner at a good discounted price. I got hotels at a decent price, and it ain't about me trying to make no money or nothing off of it. It's just really just, hey, let's link up and like-minded people have a good damn time. We have a time, we get together, have good meal, we shoot, we go dance, hit a couple of strip clubs or something. Hey, Dallas got 3 or 4 good night strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? We can go do that. If not, we can go to a sports bar or something. But hey, you go in there and say, hey, I'm with Bug Nation, and instead of you paying $50, you pay $10 to get in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you go, the meal normally $60 and you pay $30. Because you're in a group setting. So I'm trying to set something up that's going to be different. It's the same, but on a different level, on a whole different wavelength. And I've been working on this for the last couple of months, but I'm trying to, once I get stuff written in stone, that's when I'm just gonna be, hey, this is what I got planned. This is the date. Can you make it?
Sounds good.
You can make it. You make it. If you can't, you can't. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to pay for no tickets and all that. Everything I'm going to set up to where you're going to talk straight to the vendor. You don't have to come through me. I don't have to. I'm trying to make it to where it just be a good time. It'd be a good time. And if they go right, hey, whatever. But that's the plans on it. And then Clover, I'm going to have to call you because there's some things I need to learn that we probably have to have a conversation on offline.
I'm here.
Alrighty, but I see you guys, everybody in the chat, man. All 16 people, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Shout out to Crip Mac, man, for keeping his word. I just took down all the slanderous videos down except for what I said inside of the live chat yesterday, and I apologize again. I am a man of my word. I wasn't talking to a scam. I was talking to the actual guy, but I thought I got scammed, but I didn't. He came through, funny guy. Did his thing, man. I couldn't even get the stuff I had set up for him yesterday because I got pissed off when it was over with. But I'm an emotional person, so hey, I'm me. But he came through. Yeah, he came through, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all keep rocking with the Bug Nation, man. It's big things coming. And I got built a Clover Tech. I don't sweep people, and I'm not dangerous on the range no more. So learn. You know what I'm saying? But y'all have a good one. Bug Nation, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Tank, man. You always show love. I appreciate you, Real Deal, for stepping in. Clover Tech, much love, Bug Nation. And everybody feeling slow, Parasite, all y'all in the chat, 12, man. I appreciate you guys, man. And y'all have a good one. And I guess I see y'all when I come back from work.
Hear that.
Man.